All right, so we are live for session, I don't know, 20 something. I haven't looked it up, of Descent into Fernia, returning after a fairly long hiatus. So if anybody remembers, would somebody like to do the recap?
What I remember is we were in the cemetery and we had opened up a vault or a tomb and there was a portal inside. And so we decided to step through the portal because we were looking for, I forget his name. Keep confusing it with the guy in Peter's game.
Alistair Marktaros.
Right. So we were looking for Alistair Marktaros of the Church of the Silver Flame, of the Flame's Hand. And we knew he had come this way. So we decided, well, he must have gone through the portal because, of course. So we went through there where we found ourselves more or less in like a place where we had to fight a chain devil. We fought and killed the chain devil, and then the whole place started to collapse under us and fall away. So we had to dash back across the way we came to get back to the portal and back into the cemetery, where we were accosted by the slowly transforming caretaker of the cemetery, who had essentially come to the end of his rope. He could no longer hold on to his mortal soul, and so was transforming into an undead creature. My character was asked to put him out of his misery. Didn't really think about all the various ways, like maybe he could have offered up prayers or something, and instead he just went to, well, I guess I have to kill you. But he didn't actually kill him immediately. So we had to actually fight him. In the end, he was killed by Marktaros with some sort of magical D&D cartoon-esque bow of infinite magical force arrows, radiant energy arrows, which was good because otherwise this guy was going to explode and probably kill us all. But because he was killed with radiant energy by an NPC, we didn't have to suffer that fate. We then went back to whatever the fortress was that we had originally approached on this side of the crack and over the bridge.
Right. So High Hall. So I'll add a few things to that. As you guys were escaping from the cemetery, let me bring it up.
Oh, right. The cathedral was magically teleported away or destroyed, vaporized in front of our eyes. We're not exactly 100% sure, but for narrative purposes, probably teleported away.
Yeah, so it was like, because this entire cemetery is kind of bounded by some kind of darkness that you can't see the city around. But for that moment, there was like an explosion of light. The darkness veil shattered for a moment, and Flamekeep Cathedral glowed intensely, and then it was no longer there. And you guys felt a really strong breeze blow in from behind you and thunder, as apparently air rushed in to fill the space where the cathedral was, and then the darkness kind of returned around the cemetery. Also, I believe it was Solomon came pretty close to falling into whatever that abyss was below the chain devil, because he was also, in addition to having poor dexterity, carrying Alistair.
Yep.
Or Alyssa, one of them. Because Alyssa, your character went in first, because before we ended that session with the portal, you just jumped in, and everybody kind of just stood there like,
Yep.
you go after her.
Yep.
And so
there were definitely two people down, and Solomon made the very smart choice of telling Ewan to go to the one that was closer to me, and I went for the one that was closer to Ewan. which cost us extra movement that we needed to get out of there safely.
Yep. But
And
y'all managed.
Lux was more or less able to jump the entire distance
Right.
because of her ring of jumping and monk abilities.
Yep.
And because Hawk allows monks to use dexterity for their jump skill.
Yep. So, so you guys have returned to High Hall. There is a few hopeful cheers and stirring among the people who are still recovering from that previous battle the day before. And they grow even louder when Alistair emerges from the secret passage. And you can see that a lot of people who had very strong doubts about whether or not you guys would actually return, they seem to have just the slightest change in their faces, that maybe somebody's still looking out for them in this terrible hellhole of literal hell.
I know who, because we barely looking out for ourselves.
We're basically standing around saying, well, if these screw-ups could rescue him, then maybe there's hope.
Insight check. Nope, no hope. Well,
Trebek is also there, and he smiles brightly and welcomes you guys back into High Hall. So after a few minutes of people kind of rushing to greet you all, and seeing Alistair and greeting him, the hope is suddenly kind of tarnished a bit as they see that there's nobody else coming in after you. So realizing that the entire group that went with Alistair must have perished or come to some horrible fate, since they haven't joined you. Slobberchops calmly walks over to Lux, looks at Lux disapprovingly, and then just kind of knocks her butt against your leg and walks away.
Okay, so nothing's changed.
I don't know how to feel about that. Those two were like this. I was shipping them already, and now it's... Well, I think it's as good as time as any for me to reveal the fact that my character is actually a Nelfishne working against the party. Okay, Mike, whenever you're ready.
What?
Oh, yeah, is it too early for that reveal?
So as you guys enter High Hall, what are the things that you guys get to doing first, if anything?
How long have we been out for?
Take a drink.
I was about to say we should probably refill all of our water sources.
So I want to say that you guys were out there probably a day. I don't think you actually took a long, or did you guys take
We
a
took
long
a long
rest?
rest here before
Right.
we went.
Right. So
Because I had a long conversation with my dead friend.
yes. So you guys took a long rest here, and then you went through the entire encounter at the chapel, and then so it's probably been 6-7 hours that you've been gone, because I do think you took a rest at one point, but so yeah, so you guys are probably pretty hungry, pretty thirsty. There's not much. Well, there's a good amount of food here because this is High Hall, especially this part of High Hall was meant to be a refuge during siege times. So there are provisions here, and then there's obviously the pools of holy water.
Damn it, if I was working against the party, I'd poison the provisions. Okay. Well, let's probably get food and drink resupplied and get ready to find out what's going on here. If anything's changed, if anything's happened, any information we can find.
Need to figure out our next target.
Yep.
What we need to do.
Well, I'm sure what we need to do is figure out what happened to the cathedral. If we are going to find Jayla Duran, that is still our best bet for finding her alive.
What did the light look like, Mike, when the cathedral disappeared?
It was bright and blinding. Other than that, it's hard to tell if it had any kind of color.
Did it seem like it was white and radiant, or more like it was more of a dirty, arcane type of magic?
Are you trained in Arcana?
Let me actually see. I would not be surprised with this character. Nope, I'm not.
Okay, you wouldn't be able to tell that then.
Yeah.
To Alyssa, it just looked like a big ball of brightness. Too bright to even comfortably look at, so you would have had to shield your eyes anyways from it.
Okay.
I kind of like to think of it as almost like the intense blast from like a nuclear bomb. So
Probably teleportation then.
So as Alistair overhears Solomon and Ewan discussing, what next steps, after taking a moment to cleanse himself with a canteen that he has, just to kind of refresh himself, because he is looking really beat up, even though he was able to help you guys in the fight against Gideon. I think Solomon, you may have provided him with some healing, but even through all of that, he is looking rough. But he puts on, his game face, and he walks over and he says, I think I have an answer for what needs to happen next. And he holds out a
I did forget that from last time, and I don't remember the details, but I got 4 basically spell components worth of diamonds in case somebody dies.
Yes, you did.
I remember we were talking about finding a jeweler shop, like a K Jewelers in the local mall.
Yep.
Right. And then the
Um,
armor shop and all that stuff. Yeah.
And yeah, that's. I think that was
No,
because
I did not find full plate. I'm still in chainmail.
yes. Yeah, I think because at least one of the fallen among Alistair's group seems to have been a cleric. that may have been capable of using those diamonds, but clearly he or she did not use them effectively enough. But Alistair holds out a gem, and it is really a gorgeous gem. It's not so much in like the cut of it or the shine of it, but there's something about it that's incredibly compelling. And Solomon, particularly you, as you see the gem, you're kind of overcome with a sense of closeness with the silver flame.
What is that? A very holy item indeed.
This is a fragment from the sword of Tira Moran, the very sword she used to slay, or at least imprison, the great evil. And then he goes on to he like kind of grabs your hand, Solomon, and you're overcome with this sensation of just awe, which once that happens, it then spreads to each of you slowly. You're each overcome, and suddenly the world kind of goes black. And then the world kind of comes into focus. And as it comes into focus, you see before you a bloodied woman in armor wielding a blazing sword of silver light, riding a coatl into battle against a vaguely humanoid giant made of a substance as black and viscous as tar. And just before the woman leapt into the air to bury her blade into the monster, the coatl simultaneously chopped into it and constricted its body around the monster like an anaconda. But as that happened, a small jewel from the sword fell. You then watch as the jewel is buried and the skies change in rapid succession, marking the many, many seasons that pass within the blink of an eye. And while this happens, your vision nearly fills with the jewel and this weathering happening around it. And once the time lapse stops, the vision pans out and reveals its new position in the cemetery. And this is what you assume was the vision that Alistair was originally using to find the gem. Then the vision moves on to show Jayla Duran, but she is in chains and shadowy creatures surround her and seem to be performing a ritual. Her eyes are sunken and her visage is pale and gaunt. She's surrounded by these fiends chanting in a strange and unnerving verse. And you can feel the magic calling out to the sword wielded by the woman against the black tar monster. And for now, it's still buried in the corpse of this monster, deep within the earth, binding its souls, the souls of the warrior, the coatl, and this creature together. But as the vision centers on this sword, it seems to move ever so slightly. And you get a strong sensation that if the sword is actually pulled to Jayla, then suddenly this monster will no longer be bound. Another vision fills your mind after this one. This time it's a flame keep and its citizens being pulled apart by fiends. But then the vision kind of takes you up and you see yourself almost flying above the buildings of Flame Keep, traveling over the terrain, and then your vision comes to center upon a building. You enter that building, and then you see a book. The vision indicated that this building is somewhere near the docks, and the book is being flipped by a small creature, or perhaps even a child. And you see these verses of powerful magic. You suddenly see the book move from this place and come into High Hall. And as it comes into High Hall, there's an explosion of energy. The fiends in the streets are vaporized. A barrier is raised around the city, and monsters from outside assault the barrier, but it continues to hold. Additionally, you notice that your vision returns to where the book originally lay. And near it is a device that seems rather strange. It's some kind of glider, perhaps. Something that might be able to ease you down from the floating city onto the terrain below. And then there's one final vision. And this is of the jewel that Alistair holds, leading you like a compass to a shop. And there are a pair of large blackbirds speaking like people, but each word is strange in a different voice, with many of the words with the wrong intonation. And they're working with pliers and hammers as well as spell work. And next to them is a machine that looks like the engine of a lightning rail car. And it's huge, and it seems to have the ability to safely traverse this inhospitable land. And using one of these machines, you find yourselves approaching Flamekeep Cathedral. And then with that, the vision ends, and you're suddenly brought back into yourselves.
So we all get that, right?
Yeah, each of you sees that vision.
Okay. Well, that was strange.
Well, it's certain the silver flame is guiding us to destroy this book.
Or that
No
crystal
good
is-
has ever come from a magic book.
Where are we? We're in High Hall, right?
Yep.
Yes.
It seemed like that book was protecting this place.
Oh,
Whatever it was,
that
it would
makes
have been,
sense.
whatever it was, been kind of nice to let me get some, rest first, so I could get rid of this exhaustion.
That is true.
And the strength drain
Yes.
part of it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Well, if not destroy the book, if the book is somehow good, maybe the silver flame wants us to go get the glider. Perhaps we have to leave the city to find Jailadoran. Which would explain why we were in that machine. I say that like it's a revelation. I'm explaining the vision to you all.
Now let me get this other part straight here. If something bad might happen if we bring some sword to Jayla. Is that what I understood, or did I misunderstand that?
Would I know the Bel Shalor thing? Like I know I've mentioned Tira Moran. I doubt I would remember the name of her sword, even though I know that's important.
So
But I feel like I would remember that she killed a demon with the sword and pierced him.
yeah, I mean, it's the most basic kind of creation tale for the beginning of the Church of the Silver Flame. So even with your low intelligence, you would still remember the basic plot points. Tira came with some kind of angel or dragon, slew creature, Belshalor. You may or may not remember that name. But as far as you can remember, the sword didn't have a name per se. But I mean, all of that seems to track with, your memory of the origins of the church.
I don't even know how to say it. That's me, the player. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if that will. Oh, I don't know if the J is supposed to be like a Y. or
Cloinger or Cloinger.
right.
Oh,
Loincloth.
it does have a name. So I like Cloinger. So
Just because I like it doesn't mean it's right.
it is if it's
Or-
my game.
Cloinia, Cloinia.
Or Cloinger, like ginger, but with Clo.
Right.
Right. So it seems like from the vision that you guys saw, it's easy to gather that this sword is the thing that binds everything together to imprison the monster that Tira was fighting, and that if it's pulled out, it would release the monster. You're not understanding necessarily the link between the ritual that you saw and the sword, but because of the way the vision was laid out, it seems like the two are connected.
And do we get a sense, assuming we managed to recover this glider, I assume it would like fit us all somehow. The picture I have in my head of this glider is really a one-man glider.
One of you
That we would
must
all-
go.
Yeah,
Or-
that we only one of
Or
us
it's a
could
magic
use.
carpet.
But assuming we can all use the glider, do we have a sense of like where we're supposed to go after we glide down?
You just get the last vision showed you using this jewel from Cloinger as a kind of compass.
Do we have the jewel is what gave us the vision, right?
Alistair is wielding the jewel, and after he touched Solomon, that's what spread the vision to all of you.
Right. Yeah, your sacred flame will guide you or something. Whatever it is, it gives us something to do. However, I recommend we sit and rest for a while.
Thwarting this ritual is probably something we can't afford to delay too long.
That book might still be here somewhere. Did we find that book by chance? I know we looked around. I don't remember finding a book though.
Well, it was where the glider was, where whoever was flipping through it, it then flew to High Hall and into the building.
Some
But I
vision,
don't think it flew into where we happen to be now, into the hidey hole underneath.
I think somebody took it.
some aspects
it
of the
here.
vision you can tell are probably abstract.
I think somebody brought it here. Used some magic out of it.
Solomon is not going to understand the abstract elements. There is a book in the streets.
Hey, Sacred Flame, you're gonna have to be more clear with that one. Oh, in very plain English or common, whatever.
At least we think we know where the glider is. Once we rescue Jayla Duran, well, it seems as if that could easily be a one-way trip. I do not know how to get back up here after that. But preventing the return of that devil is enough.
Maybe
We
can
will
come-
all bravely give our lives for this cause.
I don't recommend it as a first option. Yeah, let's try and keep ourselves alive. Yeah.
My favorite thing about Theoden in Lord of the Rings is all of his speeches are, we're going to die, but we are going to make this a glorious death. And like, thanks. Thanks for the pep talk.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well then, how should we proceed?
I think
I do
should
not
proceed
deny
with a
that
rest.
my mother needs to rest. I think the rest of us are fine and could probably go now, but my mother needs to rest.
Alistair, kind of standing beside you guys as you're talking, he nods and he says, yes, you guys have overcome a great deal in order to retrieve me and this jewel. And he hands it to you, Solomon, and you can feel like the holy energy radiate through your hand. It's almost like a hum that is almost painful for a moment, and almost so great that you feel like you might accidentally drop it, but then it passes, and you just have this kind of sense of confidence and hope.
Oh, I just peed a little.
Lux, didn't you potty train him?
Did what I could.
Did what I could, what I was given.
Insight check. Did he pee a little? Let's see.
So I'm going to go over, I don't have 25 gold pieces worth of silver, so can't do that part, but I am otherwise going to, perform actual funeral rites like the spell ceremony, just lacking the material component. She's still subject to gentle repose, so it's kind of the same effect. Just to hopefully usher her soul over to the silver flame in case it is still here somewhere in hell.
Speaking of Nightbreeze.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I will take her equipment off of her, recognizing that her armor is in fact a little too valuable and a little too needed by whatever Brendan's character is named. My good friend, what's his name?
Project Israel.
That's right.
He hasn't brought her back to life yet.
Right. He has. I am losing faith that he is going to bring her back to life. But
Solomon losing faith? I didn't think that was possible.
In Project Israel, that's possible.
Yes.
In Project Ezreal, everything is possible.
But I will offer it to Project Israel, assuming he's coming with us.
Ooh, yes. This will be great for my studies.
I was thinking, you are basically like a sponge on the battlefield. You may want to wear it so that things that will kill you will bounce off instead.
I'll consider this. And he takes
He's
it.
talking about the armor, not the body.
As Project Israel climbs into the body. My skin suit.
That reminds me, if you guys have seen Ash versus the Evil Dead, after the baby is born, the Ash the little ash baby. And the horrible things that happened to the woman that was chained to the sink.
That's exactly what Project Israel is.
Anyways. So yeah, so Kurt, the ritual, you can complete it without the components, especially since you have these 2 pools of holy water. You could use those as a substitute for any of those material components for the ritual.
It is mostly for flavor. The spell does nothing other than prevent her from becoming undead, but Gentle Repose already does that. So it's more or less just this is the ceremony I know.
Yeah.
And then I will also rest after that.
All right. So you guys find a corner and try to make yourselves as comfortable as possible. The people generally try to give you guys space because they're relying on you to pull them out of this situation and give them hope. So they want to make sure that you are able to have every opportunity that you need to succeed with that. So Peter, I know you have some strength drain. Does anybody else have any ability drain still?
I have 2 levels of exhaustion and -1 strength.
Okay. So you can reduce, so you now only have 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
And it's a D4. So since you only have 1, then you just are back at your normal strength.
Okay.
So like during our time, before like we go to sleep or whatever, I would probably go around and sort of just talk to various groups of people to see if I can sort of promote, like field promote, if you will, somebody to sort of lead groups of people for any time that shit might go down and they need to fucking move. You're in charge with these people, whatever. Just pick a few people out, and then they all answer to Trebek. If you have any questions, go to him.
All right. So
Brendan may want to bring Trebek. He's a tendency to want to snatch away NPCs in Mike's games.
Yeah, he's bringing Night Breeze with him now as a skin suit to protect himself.
He's just walking around with it now, like a glove.
I don't even have to take the armor off her now.
So it's a D4 for strength, to get back strength.
yeah, D4, and then whatever you roll is the number of points that you regain. Are you still down, Nenny?
Yep.
What was your strength at?
3.
Oof.
Shadows are nasty.
All right.
When
So
when you start with a strength of 8, they are scary, scary monsters.
My level 4 ranger died to them one time, I remember well.
And we get rid of exhaustion, right? 1 level.
Yeah, 1 level. Ewan, are you trained in history or
I am
or like persuasion?
both, yes.
Okay. You can make one of those checks to see. The reason I say history is like military training seems like history is a good
Right.
one for that, or persuasion, just to see how well you're able to try and structure the
Right.
people here.
What about insight? Being able to pick the right person?
Okay, yeah, I'd allow that.
It's my better. It's just one better, but you never know. Fucking cocksucker.
Yes, but enough about what
These
night
people,
Listen.
these people are truly, most of them are very much commoners, don't have any real experience, especially since it's been a few years since the last war. And so there's very few, and then those people who might have been good candidates for this have been so traumatized or have experienced such grievous wounds that they would not be effective. So you're not really able to find many, maybe one. But you also get the sense that now that Alistair is here, he is, you know, as the Knight Commander of the Flame's Hand, he should be a pretty apt leader and organizer in your guys' absence.
It's fine. I just make the wrong choices. I still pick a few people.
Don't worry, Ewan. I'll protect everyone here.
And yeah, I guess with that dude around, I'll march him over to him.
Mhm.
You know, introduce them. Because I forgot that he was even here, so you don't necessarily have to go to Trebek.
I don't know. Trebek seems pretty reliable.
Except
He did
whenever he
kill
goes
that
on that
white
blood
elf,
craze.
Abishi with a spear.
Yeah.
One day you'll
real
get that name
hero.
right.
Trebek OP, please nerf.
All right, so Ewan, you're doing that before your rest. Is there anything else anybody's doing?
I'm gonna do something after I rest, but not before it.
Okay. So you guys get a couple of hours of sleep. During the night, you can feel that you know, there are times where there's like a hum of energy, and you can see, you know, when in the moments that disturb you enough to kind of see what's going on, you see Alistair is kind of walking the perimeter, and he seems to be reinforcing the magical wards that are currently protecting High Hall. But even with that, there are moments that you can feel like impacts that shake the entire cathedral. And there are times when your sleep and even your dreams are pierced with terrible screams of inhuman creatures. So you're able to get your full rest. There's no mechanical implications of this, but you are still pretty weary as you wake up.
Okay then. Well, we should probably eat something, drink, and then refill our water and get whatever extra supplies we can carry with us, because we don't know when we're going to come back here.
I forget.
Well,
Is there
while
special
I-
rules for recovering hit points for this again?
What's that?
I forget. Are there special rules for recovering hit points during a long rest?
No, it's just you recover your max and then half of any hit dice that have been spent, or half your level worth of hit dice.
Right. I think the ruling on those is rounded up.
What's that?
Rounded up on those because we're level 5, so I forget what the actual
I think it's rounded down.
Yeah, I think everything's rounded down in 5e.
everything except whenever it specifically says. So like this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
For
most
whatever reason,
things are rounded up, but I think hit dice are rounded down.
No, everything's rounded down by default.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And then except once explicitly, said otherwise, there's a fighter ability that rounds up and.
So, whoops, didn't want to All right, so you guys have been in Fernia for 4 days now. About Lux, your gloves that are giving you the magic bonus for
Mhm.
your punches. You only have today. After today, the magic is gonna completely
Okay.
fade from them.
Okay. Yeah.
I get to level 6 then by the end of today. So your punches are magical.
And that will be the real end of Dr. Sheev. The second death when no one ever thinks of him again.
At least we'll always have Project Ezreal.
So
What's that, Peter?
so monk's punches are not magical up at this point.
No, not until level 6.
6. Yeah.
Has it always been like that?
Yep.
Yep.
Well, in 5e it has, yes.
Okay.
We can go to Pathfinder rules if you like and have some real fun with monks.
No, I don't. My turn doesn't need to take 15 minutes.
But on the food, I guess there's a question of how much can we carry? Because it's a 3rd level spell, but I can create food.
And water.
Right.
Yep.
Or I could just take the 1st level spell, create water, which is a lot less resource heavy.
A lot more water.
So,
But if we're really afraid we're going to run out, I mean, I would imagine for day 1, probably not worry about it. But if it comes to it in the future, maybe I use one of my open preparation slots to create food and water.
Well,
That assumes Mike ever lets us long rest again.
God.
All right. So are we going to use a ration then?
no, you don't have to use a ration for today because there are provisions here.
Okay.
But who among you have rations?
I have 13.
9 currently.
Okay.
And I have
I have 5 water skins.
yeah, I have 5
think
water
I would have been,
skins.
would have been
Two
smart
water
enough to
skins.
put my rations right next to it. So,
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mike, you said that we use twice the normal amount of water here, so we're going through 4 water skins a day.
Well,
A water skin holds 2 liters, and a medium-sized creature goes through a gallon a day.
right. So when it's hot in Fernia, which is most of the time, it does require double the amount of water. And then where is that?
So that would then be 4 water skins a day per person.
yeah, again, I can create water, so that's not as big a problem.
Yeah.
Assuming I don't use up all my spell slots.
That's
I mean, is it really that hot here? My character keeps complaining how cold it is.
Oh yeah. Well,
But it's good for slobber chops. And Tony Snake.
That is true. The tiniest snack.
so yeah, so it's a little bit better in here. There is some moisture down here in the basement of High Hall, and there is some insulation and protection from the heat. And it was actually quite cold in the graveyard because it seemed to have a different environment altogether. But when you guys have been out and about in Flamekeep, it's been the air feels like it's on fire. It's like the hottest day in the Sahara. It's really bad. And today especially, it seems to be. So actually, no, I take that back. So while you guys have been here, the weather has been hot, like really hot, like probably like 100 in the low hundreds. But today, if you walk outside, it's going to be way hotter than that. It's going to be like 120s, 130s.
That's okay, everyone. I'm from Southern California. I'm used to it.
So 120 to 140, that is definitely in the sort of range where we could easily get exhausted. So what rules are we playing with mechanically?
I'm glad
Like
you asked.
I'm in heavy armor.
So
I'm just heavy in general.
let's see if it's something that you guys can see. So it's not something that you guys can see, but I do have a thing for that. So basically in this level of heat, you need to do a Constitution check or save. Hold on, let me just double check this.
Can't say for every hour you're not in
Yeah,
the
every
shade.
hour, or you gain a level of exhaustion. If you're resistant to fire damage, you have advantage. If you're immune, you automatically succeed. If you're wearing medium or heavy armor, or if you're clad in heavy clothing, you have disadvantage on the save.
Oof. Okay, I'm feeling it.
And actually, so on one thing I have, it's a DC 10, but actually it starts out at DC 5 the first hour, then increases by 1 for each additional hour.
Don't worry, guys. We can only adventure for 8 hours a day anyway.
As soon as we step out, this place is sort of magically enchanted to keep us at a relatively comfortable temperature. But at the moment we step outside, that shit's hot. Like going inside someplace else doesn't fucking help. I'm not sure how we deal with that.
Let's see here. I don't think we have access to fans, do we?
Just blow hot air in our face.
Exactly. God, it sure is hot. I wish it was a bit hotter still.
Yeah, what is the relative humidity of Avernus?
Yeah, that's
Is it a dry heat?
Today, if you step outside, it's quite dry. There was one day where it was pretty humid, and Solomon had some weird things going on with his head when that happened.
Aw.
But every other day here, it's either been hot or hotter.
What's the pollen count like here? Are they affecting my character's allergies?
Give me a con save.
Yes.
Killed by pollen.
Do I die from pollen?
Jesus Christ.
Pollen from
Technically,
the infernal death flower.
Yeah,
Yep.
roll to confirm.
Confirm.
Oh, it's a failure. Damn pollen.
Once again, if Brendan sees this stream, he'll be like, "No, you should be dead. Killed me."
Damn you, pollen.
Wow.
Do I die from pollen?
There you go. Hey, Hey, you got some decent stats. There you go. I rolled for you.
Pretty good, yeah.
Hold on, I just realized I'm not sharing the screen. I need to share the screen so that the players at home can see this.
Killed
So-
by pollen.
Oh man.
My allergies are not good today.
So yeah, so Josh, you can play that how you want. I'm not gonna do anything mechanical, but I mean that is hilarious.
It's amazing. Oh, well, at least I got rid of a few of my nat ones. Yeah, if you see me today, my eyes are all puffy. I've obviously got hell hay fever or something. It's not good.
All right, so you guys have been gathering some supplies, getting together some water.
I just want to ask Alistair. So we are nearly ready to go. Obviously, you and Trebek will stay here and defend these people. I do have a question though. Do you have any idea? Two questions, I suppose. What are these marks on our heads? And what is it with the evil shield that Alyssa's obviously carrying? The one that clearly has a devil face.
So he kind of looks at the mark on your head and he says, huh, I didn't notice that before.
Cardinal
I-
Crozin, who, by the way, betrayed everyone. I don't know if we mentioned that. He was involved in dragging Flamekeep down here. He placed these marks on our heads as part of some sort of plan, I believe, to consign another city to come down here. At least that was my guess, but I haven't noticed that anyone else has come here.
So I'm unfortunately all too aware of Crozen's betrayal. I was actually here when he enacted his plan, and I witnessed firsthand. By some miracle of the Silver Flame, I had escaped the building, the Flamekeep Cathedral, but the terror that ensued, I did what I could and I saved those that I could, but it was overwhelming. But as far as that mark, I am not familiar with it. I do have some talent with spell work, and there are aspects of it that seem to be related to the mark of Crozen's name. But there are other elements that I'm not really familiar with. As for the shield that Alyssa carries, it seems to have designs of questionable taste, but what makes you say that it is evil?
Well, just mostly the fact that it is coated in gold and has a devil face in it, but also Cardinal Crozin was very interested in it.
Was he now?
But that is all that I really know about it. Seems to function fine as a shield.
If the shield was of interest to Crozen, or if it was in his possession, I would be cautious of it. It could have been a tool that he used, and it may simply be that, a tool. Or it may have been some way furthering his evil plots. And if so, it may be tinged with that evil.
Well, the shield did go ahead and claim that it was an old hero, though I don't know if I trust it.
The first time I'm hearing this.
It did talk to me in a dream once. It said it was a hero trapped inside of the shield. Does that sound familiar to you in any way?
Sorry, you said that the shield talked to you.
Yes.
I should probably destroy this shield.
I would if I had a different one I could use as well. Though, if we destroy the shield, that might also release whatever might be in the shield as well. It could be a prison of sorts.
I suppose that's fair.
In which case, I'm probably better off wardening it. But I'm not sure at the moment. It could be a good guy as well. I don't know much about these things, though.
There it is. I couldn't find it again. The Shield of the Hidden Lord. Oh, it has such a trustworthy face.
Yeah, it does kind of look a bit like Richard Nixon's.
Oh, resistance to fire. Hey, that's good.
Yeah. If only I didn't have disadvantage.
I
My
mean,
hay fever.
you would actually have disadvantage without the shield.
Yeah.
So that's still good.
Now it's a con save, correct? It's not an ability check, Mike?
Right.
Okay, yeah, so I don't have double disadvantage yet.
Yeah. So so you would have a normal check. Solomon, you would be at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Ewan and Lux, you guys aren't wearing any armor, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I've already ripped the arms off my duster.
All
I'll
right.
rip
So,
the arms off my chainmail.
Who needs it?
so Alistair looks directly at you, Alyssa, and he says, "Please explain. What do you mean that the shield spoke to you?"
Well, when we first came here, there was we were kind of unconscious, I think. And during that time, the shield spoke to me.
What makes you think that it was the shield speaking to you?
Well, the shield did go ahead and it did say it was the shield. And I have no reason to question it. Because I rolled terrible on the insight check that day.
So Alistair kind of looks towards Ewan and Solomon and Lux. Did she suffer any head wounds recently?
Probably.
Most likely.
Which time?
Do any of you believe that the shield was actually speaking to Alyssa?
Not that I heard, but it seemed magical enough when I first saw it. So if it spoke to her in a dream, who can say?
Might I have some historic knowledge of sentient items?
Or just items with souls trapped in them?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
No, I'm proficient in history. That's why I said
Okay.
historic.
No, I know. I was going to say if you had proficiency in both, I was going to give you a slight bonus. But go ahead and roll history.
Yeah, no Arcana. I considered potentially getting it. History. Come on. Let me role play, you fuckers.
I'm sorry, are my allergies distracting you?
So Ewan, you're pretty confident that you've heard of this shield.
I wasn't thinking of this specific shield.
So go ahead and make up a story. and I might incorporate some of it. I might not. We'll see.
Okay. Shield. What's this thing called again? The Shield of the Hidden Lord. Yeah, you know what? This is probably that. I heard of this guy who was a, real recluse. He only ever, he never came out of his own tower. But he also didn't have any servants or anything like that. So he created these things to like talk to. And like any great madman, he needed an arch nemesis, and here we have the shield that he created.
I thought he was going to
With the
kidnap a
obvious
young
face
girl.
of an arch nemesis. Turns out the shield was like a real nice guy.
Really?
Alistair kind of looks at you, concerned. So
That's the story I heard. I don't know.
So this wizard created a shield to speak contentiously and plot against him, but failed in doing that.
You can't know the mind of a madman.
No, I suppose not, but sounds strange. Regardless, I would just keep an eye on it. If it is in fact speaking to Alyssa through dreams, and if it was of interest to Crozin, you may want to just be careful.
Is this the same shield? Do we stand close enough? We get a bonus
No.
against the con save. Come on, same one.
Do you give bonuses to help people survive in this hellhole?
This one that cures exhaustion. That's the shield, right?
Oh.
So I guess I will, if they could spare it, pick up 3 more days worth of food. So that way I'd have an even 10 days worth of food.
Okay, yeah, they can spare it.
What about another water skin?
How many are you carrying?
One.
Okay, yeah, you can grab another one.
A quarter of a day's worth of water.
If you wanted, you can grab a total of 4 water skins. Although with your strength, I don't know if you can handle it at the moment.
That's why.
20 pounds of water.
It's a lot of water.
It's a lot of water.
I'm derping. This would be at disadvantage as a skill check, correct, Mike? Or is it just ability checks that I have disadvantage on?
Skill checks and ability checks are the same thing.
I thought so. My mind is not here today. Ah. Don't know if I should do that, though. It might wind up accidentally killing the party.
I imagine you said that out loud to the shield.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
And he doesn't know if he should do that because it might kill the party.
Don't worry, everyone. The shield says it has our best interests at heart.
I roll an insight.
You can roll an insight against me. But I know what the shield said. Me and him are like this. What would be the point of you rolling an insight check anyway? You're just going to roll another 2 on the damn thing.
So does anyone want 10 pints of oil and a hooded lantern? Because I'm dropping things that I don't want to carry. Or clerical vestments, because I don't need extra sets of clothes.
You should make it cold.
You said you're dropping oil?
10 pints of oil and a
Yeah.
hooded lantern.
Oh, I mean, I'll take some of that.
Does anyone want the crowbar?
I have a crowbar.
I guess I'll keep my one last use of a healer's kit.
Yeah, I have a crowbar.
I guess I'll keep the bedroll. Although that's heavy. Tinderbox, I'm dropping.
I got
The
one of those.
dagger I have never used, dropping. Copper crown covered with gems, dropping. Evil lady's journal. From under the bathhouse. Drop that. Sorry, Tim's notebook.
Drop that in the
Cardinal
water.
Crozin's deformed holy symbol.
If you drop that, Alistair sees it and says, could you, I did not realize you were carrying that. If you could deposit it outside, I would prefer that.
Yes, very good. I don't think it will rain. Bye-bye, tent.
It does. It's just hot rain.
Acid rain.
If it's acid
Yeah, if it's
rain, we
acid
don't
rain,
have a
I don't think
chance.
the tent is going to help us.
Yeah, exactly. I said any
Acid
rain is
rain.
probably going to be
Quick,
acid
everyone help me set up the tent.
rain. I think we need the acid rain tent.
You're dropping Tim's notebook.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up.
Do you have enough strength to do that?
It's
I'll
just a
pick it up and
journal.
hit you with it. Yeah.
According to the player's handbook, every book weighs 5 pounds.
Of course, I can tell already. 5 pounds of book and 5 pounds of book. They're the exact same.
Bible, 5 pounds.
Right.
The places you'll go, 5 pounds.
Yep.
It says a book might contain poetry, historical accounts, information pertaining to a particular field of lore, diagrams on or notes on gnomish contraptions, or just about anything. 5 pounds.
Peter Rabbit. Yeah, I don't think Tim would have been carrying around a 5 pound fucking book. He had a strength of 6.
I think you're wrong about that.
Maybe
It's a
that-
5 pound book.
Maybe that's what was slowing him down.
Okay.
But for that extra 5 pounds, he'd be with us today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't need that anymore.
If only he had stored the book near his chest.
He'd have been fine.
All right. Anything else that you guys are doing before you head out?
Do you have anything to write in this for this book?
What?
You can
I
pick
do
up the
not.
dagger.
Do
I
we
don't know.
think? So do we think that the book from the vision might still be here somewhere? It might be worth picking up.
Probably outside. probably waiting for us to leave because there's secret door that it probably cannot find to get down here.
You're assuming that this isn't a very smart book. Maybe the book's an expert at finding secret doors.
Yes, but no opposable thumb to open the door.
Lux, as you're going to pick up Tem's notebook, you suddenly your head explodes in pain, and everybody
God.
hears a clear dunk as
I threw a plot.
small bottle of ink is hits you in the head, and in the distance you can see Slobberchaps looking disapprovingly and just walking away.
So did Lux's head explode, or is it still there?
Oh no, Lux is fine. She has
Oh.
like maybe a little bruise forming after Slobberchaps tossed an ink bottle at you.
Without opposable thumbs.
Yeah, exactly. The same as the book. I think it would have been a lot
Racist-
funny if Lux's
Racist
head
against those who don't have opposable thumbs.
thumbist. That would have been hysterical if Lux's head just exploded out of nowhere in this room with all the people there.
What was Tem keeping in that notebook?
So I'm getting rid of my bedroll and manacles.
What if we have to restrain a demon?
I'll pick up the manacles.
Okay,
Satan, you're under arrest. You're coming with me.
that's right, because you know those non-magical manacles will do it.
You're damn
Well-
right they will.
Don't you know the best way to restrain the devil is with a lap dance now?
I do not need to see you give a devil a lap dance, mother.
Do her hips
That's fine.
lie.
That's fine.
Although
She's already
you-
done it before you were born.
You
Just ask
may at some point want that bedroll, as we may need to rest again before this is over. Finding a comfortable place in hell to sleep may be difficult.
I'll be all right.
Now, if I was a book of magical properties, where would I hide in this place?
So everybody give me an insight check.
Why would you do this? Disadvantage 9.
24.
Do we have to attack Alyssa?
Do we need a reason?
Did you ever need a reason before?
Am I gonna have to drown Alyssa in the water?
Why would you need to drown Alyssa?
I don't know.
Oh, right,
Been
because
talking to that
she's-
shield for a while.
That's just what he's into. He likes his woman drowned.
Solomon knows this is exactly the same conversation you were having when he was talking to his dead friend.
Do I have to drown Alyssa? Do I have to drown my dead friend?
All right. So anything else?
In thinking through the vision, it occurs to me that if we do not find the book outside, then the vision may have been telling us to find the book and bring it here in order to help protect this place.
That might make more sense, actually, now that I think about it, as opposed to a flying book.
I mean, we have no idea where it could be, only where it
Well,
was.
we originally saw it in the hands of some child or small person near the glider. So perhaps if we go in search of the glider, we will find some clue.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna, because you guys, except for maybe Solomon, all of you would pretty clearly remember the vision. So I'm just gonna copy and paste the exact wording of the vision in the chat.
That'll be awesome. Not terrible at notes.
Oh, stop. Why is it doing that?
I'll be honest, I was too busy listening to the vision as it was being described to take notes about the vision.
Right.
I was like, oh, it's going on for a while.
So the vision, the way it's written is as if Alistair had the vision, but it's also matches exactly what you guys saw. God damn it, why is this not working? Stop. Why? Okay, we'll do it this way. This will be easier. Hopefully. You guys see that?
Yes.
Yep.
You know what? Why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Okay. It now occurs to me, I want a character named Ale Star.
It is I, Ailstar.
Bringer of ale.
There was actually a couple of spells in Pathfinder that let you go ahead and conjure alcohol as a bard. It's amazing.
Seems like a easy spell to homebrew.
It is. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
It's just create water at an action point.
Yeah, that's right.
If it gets too hot, it catches on fire here in hell. You can see the location near the docks. It is filled with verses of powerful magic. So the book is by the docks. Now, do they mean water docks or glider docks? That's why I don't know. Peter, excited for Thursday?
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Is it AD&D?
Pretty much.
Back to the basics.
Pretty much a clone of that.
We got the 4 HP wizard and the 17 strength female characters and all that stuff again.
I randomly rolled for everything. So.
Ooh, yes.
Ted Cooper, stop that. Hey. Stop that. So Peter, will Lux be taking Slobber Chops into Fernia?
Probably not. Doesn't seem like a good place to take it.
Okay. Psychically, you can hear Slobber Chop say, "Fine, I didn't want to go anyway."
Exactly.
See if I give you another bottle of ink now. I would have loved it if you just would have stopped with Lux, your head explodes. And no further.
There was just enough pause.
Yeah.
Your head explodes with pain. Oh.
I was like, what the hell is happening? Oh, it's pain, okay.
You do that enough and you learn to stop doing it. I had to learn as whenever I was DMing to stop pausing mid-sentence whenever you come up over the horizon, you can just make out, and then I would pause too long. And, oh, we could just make out. Okay, cool. So like, fucking stop it.
So anyway, I start making out with the bard, and most people would think an 800-pound Goliath man making out with a bard is a bad idea, but us, we didn't. We knew it was the right thing to do at that moment because the DM had told us to do so.
So now I'm very conscious of that, at least that specific sentence.
Barbarian, I slowly and seductively take off my loincloth.
Been up all night oiling my armor. You don't wear armor.
Nope, I have these guns. I was excited. I was supposed to play in a game on Saturday, but it got cancelled, and it was going to be the first time I ever played a wizard in 5th edition. And they're like, nope, I'm canceling now.
You're a hairy wizard.
I am. He was a very cool wizard too, and then he's like, nope, we're canceling the game. And so I didn't get to play my divination wizard with luck at level 1 or 2.
My wizard got turned to stone. I mean, I turned myself to stone, to be fair.
Yeah.
There's good reason.
I gotta say though, that was a very clever solution to the problem.
I was like, I hope this works. I'm like, I'm not sure, like, technically it's supposed to work. Because, like, once you turn to stone, you can't concentrate on it anymore. But I'm like, we'll see what happens. Suddenly there's a stone statue of my character. I gotta come in with a new one.
Yeah.
In a
That
building
was-
that was eventually destroyed by xenomorphs.
Yep.
Well,
Someday somebody may
I-
dig out the basement.
That's fine. It's going to be, the next campaign here. I'm going to play that character possessing a new body.
Let's go ahead and play a first character
Oh.
who's a mason that comes to work on a statue, and then he hits the statue and it breaks you out of the stone.
So, Mike, go ahead and tell me what I did while I was astral projecting through whatever the fuck place I was in.
Well, it's interesting because because I think we discussed that over email, and it was one of those moments where I read it. I was like, but huh? What?
You want to do what now?
Because it was like it's one of those things that's like shocking because that's one of you'd never think of it, but it's like a perfect solution.
Oh, my mind is being turned against me. Well, let's stop that. I'm gonna commission this fucking ghostly sphinx. Hey, listen, fucking shit's happening here. I need your help. I'm gonna turn myself to stone and only turn me back whenever you can find a solution.
Mm-hmm.
If you could take the mask off, unstone me. If you can't, get me here.
Hey, Peter, here's an idea for your Cthulhu game. That's what happened to the Sphinx in Egypt. He was just a Sphinx who turned himself to stone because his mind was turning against him.
Wait a minute, I can fix this.
I have a friend who you reminded me of this because you were talking about bringing him back, Tacitus back. And my immediate thought was, would he like come back as like level 1? Like in the new character, somehow level 1. But I have a friend who once upon a time told me that he just hates like long character backstories. He thinks every character backstory should be like no more than a postcard and maybe flesh it out from there. But he also didn't like one of the characters I came up with where I did abide by that rule because he thought some of the elements were like too overpowered for like a low level character, although I had an explanation for that. But he is also one of my friends who's really been playing Baldur's Gate 3 excessively, and he loves the wizard character in that, whose backstory is apparently that once upon a time he was really a great wizard and the lover of Mystra, goddess of magic. But she eventually left him, and he went and found some broken off part of her from millennia ago and recovered it from the astral plane. And I was like, wait, does he start off level 1? He's like, yeah. I'm like, you yelled at me. I didn't have nearly as crazy a backstory as I'm the lover of the goddess of magic.
And found a fraction of her and polished it into a nice shapely dildo.
Well, it's like embedded in his chest and could explode, destroying like entire cities.
Yeah.
I had nothing as crazy as that in my character backstory that got shot down.
Consume magical artifacts. Yeah, it's a hell of a fucking thing. Yeah. Like, so in the game, it's like every once in a while, like, hey, if you don't need that, you fucking give it to me and it's gone. So it's just a magical artifact gone. He just
kid, you want to give me
consumes the
some
magic so that he doesn't kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned something about there's like an iron flask in the game, and he gave it up to this character to prevent him from exploding. And I was like, hey, an iron flask is pretty strong. It was an artifact once upon a time.
I'm the only one who still likes backstories where it's like, yeah, I was just on my farm and then suddenly a monster attacked and I'm like, shit, my farm's gone now. What do? I need a job.
I think it's nice to sometimes have characters like that with that kind of simplicity that you can just develop out. But I really like making characters that have pretty detailed histories.
My problem is I do that and it becomes way too long and I'm like, wait a second here. Let's back up a minute.
Well, that's one of the things that's cool about Eberron because, since everything is kind of level gated where most people you encounter are going to be at highest, like level 3. I mean, level 3 characters in Eberron can still have rich stories that have lots of things that they've done.
Yep. Like 5e. Oh yes, all paladins are level 10 because that makes sense.
I mean,
I do appreciate the sort of the background thing. Although, if you're really obsessive about saying like your character can't have done that because you'd be higher level, then like the soldier background, what you were a desk jockey while the war was going on, like what?
I joined up
It's
and
just
3
that
days
it's-
later the war ended.
Right. It's just that they assume that you don't really like NPCs don't level and you don't level while you're in your background phase.
Yeah. Is why I'm not a big fan of elves, which, yeah, once you're 100 years old, you finally are considered an adult as an elf, and you can start leveling.
Oh yeah.
Right. You're a 150-year-old dwarf fighter at level 1.
Yep. What have the elves been doing before that? Tea ceremonies or some shit for all that time?
I thought you were in Vietnam. I was a typist. And how'd you lose your eye? Well, we were fucking around and somebody shot a paper clip and took an eye out.
Actually, when I was in Fort Sam Houston at the medical clinic there was a guy who was in Afghanistan, and he was admin, and he fell and tripped in the admin building, and he hit his eye on the corner of a metal chair, and he lost his eye.
Ooh. Ooh, that's fucked.
And I thought, it must be really shitty for him because it's not like he even has a good story about it
you
either.
you don't have a war story here. You just like, I fucking tripped. I fell
And
down.
I hit my
Not
I
even in
felt
the
so bad for
battlefield.
The guy. Yeah, I go shit.
It's
But
just-
because it's so easy for him to lie, I wonder if that's how he really lost the eye. He's probably Black Ops.
No, I don't
Kill
think
him if he told the story how he lost the eye.
I don't think he was Black Ops.
How'd you lose your eye? Top secret clearance. Sorry.
Tripped
I
on a
fell.
chair.
I fell.
I fell and hit a
I
chair.
fell down. I'll say that.
I tripped on a bar of soap and hit my eye.
So it all started with I fell down. The end. Now I'm here.
I felt so bad for the guy though.
Oh.
Anyway,
All right. So now that you guys have had a chance to read over the visions, is it a little bit clearer?
I didn't read it because it's in character for my character not to remember that well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
it looks like we need to go to the location near the docks, though, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah.
I'll find the glider.
Now, I was wondering, do they have air-based docks with gliders here, or is it more of an ocean-based dock thing?
No, it's primarily an ocean dock, although there are, in Eberron, there's the elemental airships. So there, as part of the docks, some of them had the docking towers where elemental airships could, come to port. But in the vision, you didn't see any such airships. Or if you did, they were broken and just the remains of airships.
Would I know if it seemed more like an ocean dock or a river dock, or if it seemed more like a airship dock?
It's probably pretty well known that Flamekeep was on Scion Sound.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the docks.
Okay, just checking. Because we are looking for a glider, as well.
Right, but once again, the building is not the docks. The building is near the docks.
Near the docks. Yep.
So it doesn't necessarily, and the glider doesn't necessarily have to do with, its proximity to the airship docks or even have anything to do with the docks. It's just that's the vicinity.
Did I get with my knowledge of the city, could I get a better pinpointed location of this thing? Was it a familiar place?
Oh yeah. definitely familiar to
the specific location where this glider was and all that? Like, would I know? Oh, yeah, that's this building.
You know what? Let me.
You were very familiar with the red light district.
You don't know that.
I know everything about you. I look in your eyes. The shield told me.
That's what I was thinking. The shield is reading our minds, finding all the most embarrassing secrets.
So how did you use a glider in the red light district? That's my question.
Also, I just read the shield and it said something about
Very
like
carefully.
finding secrets of your enemies.
That's meta, Kurt. You can't admit that I'm the enemy of all of you. Yeah.
Right, but the whole comment about the shield telling you was me being meta. So
Tony, just to try and remember, give me a history check.
The brothel that used gliders. Which one was that one again?
Okay. So you get the sense from the vision that it was probably the Dragon Eye Dock House, which, you know, was a historical building in Flamekeep, but recently renovated to be more of a home. It used to be kind of like a what you call it, hostel for travelers. Any other questions about the vision from anybody except Kurt?
Okay.
All right, anything you guys want to do before you head out? You guys have filled your water skins, you've got some provisions. Lux picked up Tem's notebook and got hit in the head with a vial of ink.
If there are more water skins, I might grab some. I only have 2.
All right, you can grab 2 more.
Fill it with this holy water, I guess. I mean, it's the only water here, I think. So,
Yep.
That's actually a good point. Is holy water similar to sparkling water?
Maybe.
I don't know. Is it?
considered it.
I guess it depends on if you blessed a sparkling spring.
That's what we should do from now on. And we can bottle it and make money.
So I assume Project Israel's coming with us.
Just relaxing here.
He might pop on by. He's not ruling it out.
I'll be right behind you.
Keep the armor on the girl. I might use it later.
Are you still going to carry this body with you, or?
No, I would leave her here.
That's a lot of skin on that body there.
I assume she was wearing clothing under her armor to prevent chafing.
That's how she liked it. Stop shaming her.
So actually,
Or not? Maybe it was
when-
cheesecake armor.
So
That would actually be funny if Project Israel was wearing a chainmail bikini.
Is that what the armor is?
so that does remind me though, Kurt, while Solomon was doing those funeral rites for Nightbreeze, Alistair came over and he says, "My sympathies. I knew her a bit. She was a fine warrior of the light."
Yes, when I first realized that when the light of the flame first struck me, and I had been leading a very dark life up until that point, pretending to be faithful. She is the one who trained me in the faith, who taught me, well, I am not a great scholar of the religion, taught me what I do know and helped me more clearly understand how the flame benefits us all and how it saves us. It was a great shock to me when I realized she was possessed. I can only imagine what she must have been thinking at the time, unable to stop the thing within her from doing its evil. I am sorry for your loss. I did not get to speak with any of the people here before the devil struck, but I'm sure you knew many of them.
I knew some, and some of those that accompanied me and trusted me to lead them to find the jewel. But unfortunately, we cannot change the past. We must move on ahead and save the living, and if we can, the souls of those who have passed. But I think that it is by no accident that the silver flame had brought Nightbreeze into your life, and through her built the flame within you.
I agree. There has been much, strangely as terrible as all this is, that I see the flames working in. For all the horror that's here, the caretaker of the cemetery somehow held on to his mind long enough to save you and to recover this gem. And I take it out. By the way, I would show everyone where I'm keeping it. That way, if I happen to, die, you can maybe grab the gem that's going to lead you to the sword.
Assuming you're not like consumed by an ooze monster and then that
Right.
monster is
And
hurled off
deposited into the river of fire.
Horribly violated and then
Yeah.
just discorporated.
Yep.
That is the most epic death. I'm sorry. There's no topping that.
You get too much glee from this.
Months later, still funny.
Still funny.
Oh. All right. So with that, I assume you guys set out.
Yep.
So Alistair very carefully opens the door to allow you guys to exit, doing so to shut it as quickly as possible to maintain the integrity of the protected ruins. So
Is that the better way out, or is the little tunnel through the water better? That's what we took out last time.
Which would you prefer to go? Which way? Because I mean, both of them are gonna be relatively similar in terms of distance and everything.
How many hellhounds are up here on the top floor area as opposed to the tunnel?
Well,
The hellhounds all got in.
yeah.
Yeah. How many more have come is the question.
I mean,
None
I
that
would
you're
say
aware of.
there is a small chance that there is a magical flying book
We might not have to leave. Maybe the book will come to us.
So, whichever way you take, you're not going to encounter any demons or anything immediately.
Foreboding.
I would imagine we would actually take the secret passage because it was safe last time.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
The other passage was not so safe.
Still, Alistair leads you through it carefully so that the wards that he's been maintaining here remained strong. So as you exit that secret passage, you're led out of High Hall, where you are met with the intense heat that hits you like a punch in the face. You are all immediately assaulted by swass, and just become incredibly uncomfortable. It's so hot that it's hard to breathe, and you feel it even burning within your lungs. And then in addition to that, you do have the tint of brimstone and sulfur that are kind of causing your eyes to kind of tear up and become irritated from time to time.
Not to mention my allergies.
So Ewan, being as familiar as you are with Flamekeep, let me share my screen. So here, no. Here. No. Handouts. Handouts. All right, so you guys are here, and the docks are over towards this side here. So it requires you to once again cross that bridge that you previously crossed with the guardians that were there at that time. That you successfully dealt with, but who knows what lies there now.
Knowing you, something far worse.
My arch nemesis, the pollen.
Well, and we dealt with it last time, although I was fairly gravely injured afterwards.
It's gonna be 2 of those ooze creatures.
So is 3 a bridge, or is that just the one?
So 3 is a bridge. There's also this bridge here, but it's in the opposite direction of where you need to go.
Well, we have to clear out the city at some point or another. Let's take the long way and just kill everything so we clear out the city.
And I would think we should at least go and see the closer bridge.
So this bridge?
Before... Oh, I thought we were at 5.
No, that's where Flamekeep Cathedral was.
We're at 4.
I thought 4 in the center was Flamekeep, but
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Shall we head to the one that's closest to the docks? That will be quickest.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was some creative maneuvering on my part since High Hall wasn't originally part of Flamekeep. So.
Well, it is now.
Right. So you guys want to head towards 3?
Yeah.
So with regards to the rubble and the streets and everything, because you still see the occasional fiends flying in the air and walking the streets, how do you guys proceed?
Cautiously.
As cautious as we can with the two people in chainmail armor.
So so basically, are you guys going to be walking main streets? Are you going to be trying to crisscross through alleys, or do you want to take a chance and try the sewers, or?
Who knows this place the best?
I mean, the sewers, they can get us to the place, but they can't get us across. So, if,
But they might be able to get us to the place without running into as many devils.
Especially flying
potentially,
ones.
we got all the flying ones that want to watch us.
So, would someone like to lead us into the sewers then?
I guess. Not sure I spent as much time in the sewers. I'd have a better time navigating up here.
Okay.
Or we could try to stick to the alleys and keep our heads down.
Like we did before. For the most part, it seemed to be okay.
That worked well. Okay.
All right, so staying above ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beat it. Roll me a d12.
E12.
Don't do it, Peter. It's a trap.
Boom.
So that's how many devils attack us.
Oh yeah. So, as you guys are navigating the space between High Hall and the bridge, you soon come across something in the streets that is just, you can't ignore it. It looks like there's several screams, and you see ahead of you people being and one of them, a few of them seem to be rather young, teenagers, maybe early 20s, in comparison to human years, because they may not all be human, but that's about how young they look. Being assaulted by these strange creatures with the sort of amorphous forms, not quite like the ooze monster, but they have a vaguely humanoid shape to them, but their flesh almost looks like kind of a putty. And they are coming upon these people, and one of them gets, like, one of these creatures manages to reach out its hand, stretching perhaps a dozen feet, to grab one of them, and then like that hand starts to become like a jaw and begins ripping into the person's shoulder, causing blood to spew out, and he screams in agony.
Evil Dulcine here.
So we fought Labure previously. Is that what these are, or something else?
No, they're very different, and I'm going to bring up the screen.
We should go to save them. They would make a good addition to the hive. Oh, okay.
Okay. I actually know what these things are.
When you guys are okay, never mind.
Oh.
So, and you guys are kind of like up here.
Yep.
Yep.
So one of them, the person right here, actually turns and locks eyes on you guys and begins calling, "Help us, please! Help us!"
So much for the alleyways.
Yep. We should help them. They could be useful later.
Well, I mean, here we go. God damn it! Really? Fuck you.
So are you guys deciding to
Uh,
engage?
I
I pretty
definitely
obviously.
spring into action, but spring is
Yeah.
very relative for Solomon.
Oh, yes, I should probably do that.
Oh, I didn't select my character token. Damn it.
Well, you don't need to. I would, based on everything happening now, you guys could probably get an action or move action in before we start initiative.
Okay. I will. I'll run up then as fast as I can.
Move and dash, I guess.
Can we do both a movement and an action, or is it just one or the other?
No, just one or the other, and then we'll
Okay.
go into initiative.
30 feet. Damn, I hate this thing so much. Ah. Yes.
So I would take out Heaven's Fall and yell, "Evil, meet Heaven's Fall!" and then charge forward.
Hi, I'm evil. Nice to meet you,
Right.
Heaven's
And
Fall.
I'm still like, I yell that, and I'm still like 100 feet away.
Like that.
So definitely
Like
a
that
few of
scene
them
from-
look over and notice you.
Right.
Witness me.
Yeah, I imagine it's
Scene
like
from
the Holy
Monty
Grail
Python and
scene.
the Holy Grail.
All right. So just before initiative,
I cannot help but notice Mother has not charged forward full speed.
You have to remember, she might be tired from the heat.
So as you guys charge forward before we go into initiative, you guys, this one who is calling out for help is beset by this creature who just launches into this person and bites into them and begins ripping into their flesh, and the person, like, blood goes everywhere, just almost explodes out of her body, and the monster steps away, and the corpse of the person begins jerking and moving, and their flesh begins twisting, and they rise up and become one of these creatures.
It does not seem normal.
And now we'll do initiative.
I have disadvantage with that. 7. Yeah. 10.
Turned off my advantage because I was exhausted before. Aha, that's much better.
Oh.
Now that's more like it.
God damn it, my token didn't accept it. Hold on a sec. Okay. How do you give yourself disadvantage in this system thing again?
Click on the little gear
Little
icon
gear.
in the upper
Yep.
left.
Yep. And then somewhere in here.
The upper middle. Initiative style. It'll say normal. You can change it to advantage or disadvantage.
Okay, we're going with Gangnam Style. And then initiative. Well, it didn't accept that.
No, if
Well,
you
wait a
look at
minute.
it.
I thought,
will
Alyssa,
work.
so the 10 and 12.
No, I was just trying to roll this properly with disadvantage because I was trying to figure out how to make this work.
Well, you could just roll it twice and then take the worst. So I'd say that you're at a 10.
Oh, okay. Also, it didn't go ahead and put me in the turn order for some reason on those two. I was trying to roll it.
All right. So, Ewan, you are up. These monsters are in deck. Lux in the hole.
Alrighty, well. So do I want to wait or maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna spend a bonus action to use a moxie to brace up to get me some temporary hit points to get me fucking 14. Nice. And then I'm gonna hold my action for when one of these creatures comes within range and I'm gonna swing at them.
Okay.
Unleash these hands upon them. That's it.
All right. So then now it's their turn. So this one goes 1, 2, 3. And then its neck snaps forward from there, and it attempts to snap its jaws at you. And misses.
Yeah.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one does the same thing, except it like seems like it kicks, and it's like a dulcine kick, but the kick kind of transforms into a mouth, the foot, as it tries to bite into you. 16 hit.
It just hits, yeah.
All right. So you take 9 damage and need a Constitution save.
Con save.
Okay, so you're fine. You can feel the teeth of this bite really sink into you, and you feel like the saliva is really stings in the making the wound hurt even more. And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4. They're kind of spreading out. These ones are continuing to attack these people. And then that's their turn. Lux, you're up. Alyssa on deck. Solomon in the hole.
I'm going to shoot at one of them with the bow. If I can do that thing. No. The one in the middle. Like
This
the
guy?
one. Yeah, thanks.
Yep, that's a hit. So an arrow thunks into it. Doesn't leave any blood. And it just kind of looks at it carelessly and just kind of thoughtlessly plucks it from its skin, with the wound kind of closing over.
Okay. I will hold my ground, wait for and would shoot another one.
You have extra attack.
So
Okay.
So you
Doesn't
can make
doesn't
2
want to waste
attacks.
it.
Okay. So I can shoot twice with the bow then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Crossbow requires a bonus action to reload, but
Ooh. Roll it again.
Pyelius's bow, he gets sneak attack with that, right?
That's a confirmed crit. Roll the D100. Nine. The target is pushed back 10 feet, but it is double max damage. So then that's 11, so 22 damage.
Right.
So this one goes straight into its head, going through the head and pulling a good chunk of material along with the arrow. And it kind of staggers as it's knocked back 10 feet. And then, but as staggered as it is, it seems to kind of come back, and some of that wound begins to reform, though the hole doesn't seem to go completely away. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Alyssa.
Yes. I'm going to move and dash up to this guy, use my bonus action being a shrewd fighting to charge, so I can do a...
So before you do that,
Uh-oh.
when you get right here,
Uh-oh.
this guy swings an arm out at you.
Oh no, they have Sentinel!
And they have ready to action.
So
Why would he do this?
but he misses, or I assume he misses.
Yeah.
The shield told them to duck.
This guy,
It would be
Also-
hilarious if they had Sentinel.
this guy also, as because you're also entering his range, like a section of his stomach, like throws itself at you, with like this tendril ending in like a sawtooth.
That's healthy.
Ooh. Does
Oh,
it
it's very good
confirm?
with Sawtooth.
You die.
So it's,
Quite
you
it's
died.
indecisive.
it's not a critical fail, but
It's
it
a
is
something.
so it's just a normal fail.
He did his best. That's what matters.
Then as you continue to this spot,
This guy.
this guy,
Yay!
but
With
you're
the hole
eating
in
up
his
all
head.
their reactions for anyone else coming up. So at least there's that.
And all these guys attacked you in already, so they do have Sentinel. No, I'm joking. They're pull-on master.
So that guy fails as well. So you finally, despite this flurry of tendrils and extended fists and everything coming at you, you manage to duck through them all or knock them away with your shield and finally make it to this guy.
Shield did not lie. It did protect me. Okay, then. I will swipe.
Roll to confirm. That is confirmed. Roll the D100.
$48.
All right, 48. So roll a D4.
Oh, I've heard of those. 1.
Okay. So for one round, the creature is limited to a move action, regular action, or bonus action, in addition to taking double max damage from you, which is 1734.
Deals 19 damage on a crit, 38 damage on a confirmed crit.
What's that?
So I deal 38 damage maximum.
Oh, +2. I forgot the +2. Okay. So you just slash into this thing. Go ahead and describe how you kill it.
After running and deftly getting the shield to block everything for me without even the shield's doing it, I'm doing nothing. The shield blocks everything without my thought. I just run up, jump up in the end, slice it right in half from the head down to the groin.
Excellent. And it falls, the putty like flesh quivering as it then finally settles to the ground lifeless.
Poor thing. It probably had a wife and kids and a family it was trying to feed.
All right. Solomon, you're up. You and on deck, monsters in the hole.
So let's see. I will charge forward. 1, 2, 3. I guess I could do about there. As I'm running forward, before I reach the end of my movement, I point Heaven's Fall forward and begin to trace in the air like the shape of a flame. And the ground beneath the fallen one with a hole in his head begins to glow as flames begin to catch there. Silver fire shoots up and Sacred Flame, which it probably will dodge, even though it's like got a big
Dex
hole in its
save.
face.
Does not.
Oh,
So go ahead and describe how that one bites it.
So as the hole is slowly reforming, its feet catch on fire and it flashes into ash and flies away in the hot wind.
Nice. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So before you go, this person here freaks out and tries and finds an opening and tries to book it. As he does, though, multiple tendrils from these things reach out and just rip the flesh off the person. They stagger, and then they too begin to turn, and another one of these things is born in their place. Ewan, before you go, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
I don't want to. Fuck me. Come on now.
you're not my real mom.
All right. So you are not immune to fear, are you?
That would be a great ability, wouldn't it?
Oh, you're
Okay.
playing a paladin.
He's not within 30 feet of 3 or more Rudderkin.
Yeah.
Unless you
gotta
count the
be
dead
further away.
ones.
Oh, fair enough.
Even in death, they still infect.
All right. No, that's fair. So actually, you don't need to worry about that then.
Cool. Then I'm gonna come over here and fuck this guy's business up. Where was I? I was right here. I'm gonna move here to the other side and give him the old some punches here. The old 1-2.
Both hit.
Cool. Those are, as you can see, magical. Assuming he's still alive, I'll punch him one more time.
Yeah, he's still alive. Each punch, you feel like this putty like substance kind of like the impact seems to be strangely absorbed and distributed, because each time you leave your you pull your punch away, you see like a mark of an imprint of your fist remain in the flesh for like a few seconds.
Sure. Well, then let's, you know what? Fuck this. Let's do this instead. Instead of punching him again, I'm gonna grab him as a bonus action. Wow. Got 10% chance of beating me.
Yep.
10%. He just manages to fucking wriggle his weird fucking body out of my grip.
Yeah, it's almost like that the T-1000 when
Right.
Schwarzenegger punched through his face and then it turned into his hands.
Yeah, I remember. All right. Well, that
And
was
also,
my-
on the off chance you had killed him, we would not all have been within 30 feet of 3 rudder.
I don't know what you're complaining about. I'm within 30 feet of 5 Rutterkin.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Ewan?
I don't know. Maybe make a wisdom save.
Insight check.
You don't need to do that until the next turn. Start of your next turn. If the conditions are met.
Right. All right. So be it. That's it. Me.
To be
That's
fair,
it for
I
me.
think you're within 30 feet of 3 rudderkin.
I think I'm within
Alyssa.
30 feet of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm in
I got
5.
5.
I got 5 as well.
Yeah.
Within 30 feet?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's their turn, so they're definitely going to be moving.
Right. Because I see
Yeah. You got
these
2.
two is right.
Yep.
And the one you tried to grapple, but the other 2 are 35 feet away.
They're not going to be 35 feet away. Look at where they are. You think they're going to stay
If-
35 feet away?
I mean, maybe.
You never
They
know.
got that. They got that juicy morsel right there.
Would you stay for that
If-
juicy piece of ass, or would you come after the other people who are fighting you?
It may take all 4 of them to bring down that one last one who may be extra tough.
See? we got our new Trebek.
Actually, this person is carrying a sword and seems to have scraps of leather armor. So maybe.
Yeah, but what about his shotgun? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, no sawed-off shotguns.
Damn it.
All right.
Chainsaw hand. They'd be really good against these things.
I've been a warforged the entire time.
I actually did put Bruce Campbell in my Chris Strahd game. Very proud of it. He's taking the place of
The guy
Rudolfo.
in the bar.
Yeah.
Takes the place
Yeah,
of straw.
that's who I would. That seemed to be the best choice.
Is Leslie Nielsen taking the place of Strahd?
Ooh. No. All right, so these guys are going now. So at that point right there, it is attacking you. Shit, what's your name? Alyssa.
Uh-oh. Why would you do that?
Is it 17 hit?
Nope.
And this guy comes forward and he attacks Ewan.
God damn it!
Does that hit?
Yeah,
All right. Con save too.
unless he has disadvantage for some reason.
Nope. Not that I can tell.
All right.
You may have to turn around and go back.
This guy that you attacked you and is also going to strike at you.
What are you rolling?
He's using his dice box on roll 20.
I kickstarted the pixels. Soon that will be a reality. So give me another con save, Ewan.
I haven't become immune to this shit yet.
All right, so you managed to save. So these three went. This guy, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one's just kind of repositioning himself here, while this one is going there to continue attacking this guy. Lux,
And that-
you're up. Alyssa on deck, Solomon in the hole.
Now, Alyssa, you have 5 within 30 feet.
Yes, I do. Not quite all of them.
I'm gonna take a shot at that one right in front of Ewan.
Okay. It's a hit.
All right.
The arrow plunks into its shoulder, causing it to turn a little bit, and its face turns all the way around and looks at you, and it goes, "Ah." And then it uses its teeth to pull the arrow out and spit it to the ground, returning its attention to you and afterwards.
I'll shoot it again.
That time when your arrow strikes, it hits the creature in the foot. And for a moment, it seems like you've pinned it to the ground. And it staggers and it nearly falls, but it manages to stand up, and it just kind of rips its foot up, leaving the arrow embedded in the ground, but no longer connected to the arrow. Anything else you want to do?
No, good, right here.
Okay. Alyssa, give me a wisdom save.
Oh boy. I'm restrained.
Do you want to use an action point?
Oh yes, I will use my action point. Yay! I got one left. Okay. Everyone, I'm not dead yet. You don't have to look so disappointed about it. I will move up to here.
So before you do,
Yep, attack of opportunity from this.
you get here,
No, go back. There we are.
and this one
Mhm.
reaches out, lunging at you, as well as this one. First attack. Confirmed miss. Go ahead and roll the D100.
Oh boy, I get to roll dice. 40. It's the meaning of everything.
Yep.
So
Answers.
this one is immobilized until its next turn. So it won't be able to move. There.
Oh no.
And then this guy,
Ooh.
all right, so not a critical, but it's still max damage, which is 20.
Yep.
And you need a con save.
Ooh.
Do you want to use your final action point?
I think I'm gonna have to, yeah. No! Ooh, how bad is it? Just give it to me.
Poisoned.
So you are
Don't die.
poisoned.
Yep. And if I die, I
And-
become one of these
And
things.
this poison, you repeat the saving throw at the end of each long rest.
Yep.
And if you die while poisoned like this, you immediately become one of these monsters.
You better work hard to kill me then right now and make this fight more interesting. Can I continue to make it up to here then?
Yes, now you can.
Okay, it's not like I'm stopped by my speed is 0 now.
Oh, actually, no, that good point. Thank you for reminding me. Your speed is reduced to 0 because it did hit.
Okay. In that case, I can't move.
So they do have Sentinel.
I will take out my hand axe then and yeet it at this guy. 'Cause that's all I can
So you are holding your sword and shield, correct?
Yep.
So you have to drop one. You keep,
Yep.
In order to do that.
Yeah, I'll drop my sword on my leg and let it sit there for a bit. Because that's all I can do. Let's see how this goes. I have disadvantage when I'm poisoned on attack rolls, correct?
Yep.
Yes,
I thought so.
And ability checks.
that's actually a miss.
Yep, I'm not surprised. Okay.
Very
I'm
strange Rudderkin.
I'm done. The Sentinel Rutikin with Polar Master, the worst type of Rutikin.
Yeah, Sentinel
a-
Rudderkin with a reach somehow.
I have a mechanical question for Mike afterwards, but
These are not normal Rutikin.
I'm imagining they're not normal Rudderkin.
Yeah.
They definitely don't have reach.
I was
Normally.
actually telling Josh when he jumped on, I was really proud of myself because I literally input this creature in like 10 minutes just before the game.
Yep.
Because I was like, if we do a random encounter, what do I want them to fight? Oh, these guys will be cool.
Let's make them a bit more fun.
Enhanced Rudderkin.
Yeah.
I do like them a lot, though. Can I get a copy of the stats for these things to use in my own game, Mike?
Yep.
I love these guys.
Take a Rudderkin and give it 15 feet of fucking reach.
And Sentinel and
What?
Polar
Right.
Master.
My
I love
actual
it.
question is normally, because I know this monster, I've used them, but normally Rudderkin, when they bite you, they change you into an abyssal wretch, which is not itself a Rudderkin, and so doesn't have the fear effect.
Right.
And I just assume that Mike is just turning them into other Rudderkin so that
Yeah, it
they
does
all
say
gang up for the fear
It
effect.
dies and instantly transforms into a living abyssal wretch.
Oh, I
Right.
forgot
And
to change
abyssal
that.
wretch is similar looking, but they're less powerful, less hit
Yeah.
points.
I meant to change that. Apparently, when I was inputting everything, that got messed up.
Because I use these things in a completely improvised game. Like
Well, that's
100% improvised. I'm like, let's use this.
I
A
wonder
bunch of
now,
level ones.
now that you've poisoned me, is it going to be like a pheromone where they all know that I'm poisoned and they're like, we must kill the one that has the pheromone in it now? Or is it
That
I
gonna
would be
mean,
transformed.
I'm
Aren't
just
you
curious.
excited to find out?
Actually, I am, because I really like this creature for some reason. I want to use this.
All right, Solomon, you're up.
All right. So yeah, I have to make the save.
Yep.
But there aren't 6 of them around me.
All right, you're fine.
So I will, damn it, I have to go back to my map. I am not going to block my mother's line of sight to this creature, but I'll step over to the one that Ewan has been fighting, and I'm going to hit him with Heavenfall, or attempt to.
And go ahead and describe how it dies.
So as it has turned back to Ewan, I come in and swing my mace, and it just splatters against the wall as I hit it, turning its chest turning into almost an ooze and its head bouncing off the wall and landing with a splat.
Nice. Anything else you're doing?
Yes. I'm going to cast Healing Word on Ewan. You get 6 hit points back.
All right.
I'm just moving you for a sec, Alyssa.
That's fine.
All right. All right. Ewan, you
Yes, sir.
have, I believe you have 3 within. Oh, wait a minute. You saved against it, so you're immune to
No,
the
well,
fear.
I never made it, right? Because I
Right.
wasn't.
He
within it
didn't have
last
3
time.
within 30 feet.
Okay. So,
I did this time though.
Oh,
well, that's a critical success, so roll it again.
see if you
They're
kill
afraid
all
of
of them.
you.
Yeah, they're
Nope.
afraid of you. Run away.
Not that afraid of you.
Fucking Roll20's algorithm is so fucking weird.
You could say it's
Jesus.
perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Shouldn't be balanced. It should be random.
Should be in my favor.
Randomness doesn't care about balance.
All right. All right, Ewan, what are you doing?
Scratching my back. Hold on. Fucking Jesus. I guess I'm gonna go fucking swing on these guys. They're still attacking this guy, so I'm gonna go and help.
So before you get there, once you're
What?
here,
Whatever.
this guy and this guy.
Totally distracted, attacking somebody else, not me.
Right. Well, the one launches through its back a tentacle that turns into a face
Mhm,
and begins to bite at you.
mhm.
A centacle.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's a
Uh-oh.
miss.
Uh-oh.
All right, roll the critical fail.
Afraid of Ewan.
82.
That fucking head's mine.
Literally threw out its back. Now it's immobile.
Oh,
So-
my spine.
Attacker takes max weapon damage. So he manages to, as well, you go ahead and describe how he ends up taking max damage, his own max damage,
His own max damage or mine?
his max damage,
What's
as
his
he
max
attempts to
damage?
hurt you.
Bit himself.
Now remember, they deal 66 damage. Plus 3.
3d6. So this thing, I guess it stretches out this weird limb thing towards me, and I'm ready for it this time. So it's like it's got its mouth open as it comes at me, and I just sort of snatch it and I turn it back on itself, and it bites its little tendril
Nice.
as I'm moving towards it.
And it
I
goes.
like to imagine that it bites it off and it falls and just sort of does whatever it does.
Yeah, so the putty kind of quivers and undulates until it stops, and then it just kind of falls flat and kind of spreads out like an ooze.
Or just because, I like to use improvised weapons, it bites it off and I grab it and I fucking bash him over the head with it once.
Okay, yeah, that could be all part of it.
So I'll use it.
Well,
as
wait a
my
minute,
quick-
because this
Oh
guy.
my god. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that better, that you grab it and like whip it back at him so that he bites himself.
Yeah, like you're playing dodgeball with its own head. All right, so yeah, you go ahead unimpeded.
As I expected. And then yeah, I'm gonna swing at this guy here.
Okay.
Give him the old 1-2.
The first one hits.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna use a moxie to give him 2 more punches. 2 more of the old 1-2.
Miss.
Fuck you.
That one hits, and it takes him out. So go ahead and describe how that one dies.
So yeah, I bring it back. His own weird head thing. After it bit off his own part, I hit him with it, and it sort of just it creates a weird reverberation in the body that makes the thing useless again. And I just like punch it like through, and my arm goes through, and I yank it out, and that's like there's like this weird core that's like was congealed around, and I snatch it as I pull my hand out, and it just sort of oozes down.
Nice. Anything else you want to do?
I guess not.
All right. So this guy, his immobilization ends, I think. Wait a minute, what was that? Because you rolled a
42.
42. Okay, until the end of their next turn. So he's still immobilized for right now. But you're still within his reach, Alyssa.
Yep.
So he is going to attack you.
That hits. Do I need to do another con save?
No, you're already poisoned.
Okay. Let's check if they're stacking poison here.
This guy is also going to lash out at you.
Okay. That definitely hits.
This guy is going to attack Ewan.
Sure.
Ewan, give me a con save. All right, you're fine. And then you guys see this person lashes out with a sword and manages to strike this one. And in retaliation, this one just completely envelops this guy, ripping into him. And he ends up dropping his sword and is also converted.
Aww.
Came here to save this guy.
We did save them. From life.
And that's them. So,
Go Lux.
Lux, you're up. Alyssa on deck. Solomon in the hole.
So I'm going to shoot between Solomon and Alyssa at that one that was immobilized.
This guy?
Yep.
Why is it?
Yeah.
That's a hit. The arrow thunks into his chest and he just kind of rips it out. And he goes, "Ugh."
Okay. And hit him again. Ugh.
That one's a miss.
That one.
Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Wait, how's he moving?
This guy's not the one that's oh wait a minute. Yeah, it's not their turn. Why am I doing that?
Alcoholism.
Yeah.
Part of
Basically.
the-
All right.
Got legendaries.
My legendary reaction. Wait, is that? That explains so much.
Kicks in after the third round.
This is their layer action.
Right.
Yeah.
If more than 3 are transformed, then they get the legendary action.
All right, Alyssa, you're up.
I grab my sword and I go ahead and proc. What? 1, 2. Yeah, it'll be 3 sentinels. 2 for here, and I think 1 more for when I get 1 lower.
Um,
Well, you can
Yeah.
get all 3 get you there.
Yeah, they can.
well, this guy,
Oh, that
this
one's got
guy
13.
had already used it against Ewan,
Okay.
so
Oh,
you're
yeah.
safe there. But
No,
these
but
other
Ewan goes before they go though, so his reaction would be back now.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
go right after me.
Yeah,
I appreciate your honesty.
I will never tell a lie.
All
That
right.
being said, them attacking Alyssa does provoke an attack of opportunity for me.
Aha! It's
Well,
a
then-
trap.
I have Sentinel.
There you go. So we'll start with yours.
Punch.
I
That's a
sentinel your sentinel.
Punch.
And then he can't attack, right?
Huh? No, he just
Or-
can't move.
Okay, he can still do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So first attack against Alyssa.
Yep. Hits 14. Jesus Christ. That 19 AC is really paying off for me, isn't it, guys?
Second attack against Alyssa.
I really like 14 damage.
Oh, I'm down.
Well, you're not down,
I'm in vitality.
right?
Which means
Well,
you hit 0 hit points.
I
which
hit 0
mean-
hit points, so that would fuck that though.
Does anybody have a wish spell on them?
You just, it is, yeah.
Yeah, 0 witch
So-
hit points. Did I gotta go through vitality?
Good.
That
I was
would
hoping
truck
we get.
technically. Yeah.
I was
think
hoping we get a
Alyssa
level
would.
here.
I was figuring Alyssa would be more effective as a Rudderkin anyway. So now we got a Rudderkin on our side.
Yeah, one of my
Nice.
stats is erotic.
There we go.
All right, so
But it's a Rudderkin with a great sword and a evil shield.
And a hell sword, a hellfire sword. It's an evil sword as well.
all right, so Alyssa, here's what we're gonna do with this. You're gonna give me a con save with disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay. So you feel the transformation coming on, but through force of will, you're able to delay it for this turn. But
Okay.
but every time you take damage, and at the start of every turn, you're gonna have to make this con save again until you're restored to at least 1 hit point.
Okay.
Fail, and you transform into a Rudderkin.
I accept this. Now you still got 1 more attack of opportunity against me.
Once again,
Yes.
somewhere, Brendan's head. Boom.
Why?
Execute order 66. I do love these creatures though.
Kind of
They
like
are
Lux.
So good.
Lux's head exploded.
Yeah. So her head exploded and I became a rot again.
All right, ready?
Yep.
All
That
right.
misses. Praise the Omnisire.
But because you were struck, your movement is 0.
Yep. Let me look here. I don't think I have reach, unfortunately.
And I
So
assume you picked up your sword before you.
Yeah,
started
yeah.
moving.
Yep.
So it's just a good sword, not so great.
Not that great, yeah. Don't think I can use my sword as a ranged attack if I tie a chain to my arm and the sword and go.
I mean, you can use it as an improvised weapon with
Yeah, that's not
with
really
a
gonna
thrown
help me here.
weapon.
Yeah, I'm unarmed now. Woo to the teeny.
Always take the dodge action.
I could, and that's about all I can do. I was thinking about that. I'm like, is there anything I can do here? Actually, that does beg a question. Then let me take a look at here. Oh, that doesn't make. Yeah, I can do that. What would happen if I? No, that wouldn't work. Actually, yep. I'll just do a dodge action. That's all I can do. Oh my god. I was looking at my shrewd abilities, but none of them are going to come within my melee range, so it doesn't matter for combat stance. Yeah, dodge action's the best thing I can do. Oh,
Okay.
no, let me wait. I wouldn't be able to take the dash action since my speed's been reduced to 0, so nope. Nope, that's it. Yeah, I'm dodging.
All right. Probably a good idea that you dodge anyways.
And I have 2 points of exhaustion now as well.
Solomon, you're up. Ewan on deck. Monsters in the hole.
Okay, so I'm going to move to here, stepping past Alyssa as I do, and then attack the one in front of me with Heavenfall.
Okay. All right, so you bring Heavenfall down upon the creature hard, smashing into where its neck meets its shoulder and radiating holy fire that burns this putty into like a charred ash, and it screams out in agony, but it then kind of comes back and goes, "Ah!"
And then I'm going to cast Healing Word as bonus action on Alyssa
Okay.
at level 2.
Na, 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 na.
10 points back.
Yay! Thank you.
All right. Anything else
That's
you
my
want to
turn.
do?
Nope, that's my turn.
All right. Ewan.
Alrighty. So first thing I will do is real question is this the better move or not? I'm gonna use a moxie to brace up again. Get 9 temporary hit points. And then yeah, I don't wanna draw attention to us by using this storm boomerang. So these guys are fairly easy to hit. I'm gonna throw some haymakers. So this guy, has he been hit yet?
Are you a sentinel?
Yes, you hit him when you did.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw haymakers. So I have disadvantage on the attacks, but they do max damage. So
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So that one hits.
oh yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck that guy.
So you unleash 2 really powerful punches on this thing. I imagine just bringing your fist together, and it kind of turns all around, kind of like wind-up toy, but then it unwinds itself, and while it seems staggered, it's still ready to attack.
Sure. I use my bonus action, so that's me.
All right.
Yay.
So the guy you just hit is going to lash out at you.
Miss.
And miss. This guy is going to attack you.
Mm-hmm.
And miss.
Sure did.
This guy is moving here. And he's going to also attack you.
That'll hit.
Give me a con save.
Let's see.
All right, so you're fine.
Then I'm going to use my reaction to bloodied but unbowed, get my moxie back, and then gain some temporary hit points again. Let's see here. My level plus con. So 9. I get 9 again. Cool.
All right. And then this one in front of you, Solomon, is going to strike at you. And miss. And the other one is going to strike at you, Alyssa. But miss because you're
I'm down.
It misses because you're dodging.
Oh yeah, that's just yep. Yay! Oh my god, I was so scared. I'm like, oh fuck, no! I forgot. I was so panicky. I live.
All right, Lux, you're up. Just have an easy day.
It's a lot of work to pull these arrows back and shoot them with a 6 strength. That's all I'm saying. Okay. All right, I'm going to shoot at the one right in front of Solomon.
All right. So that one hits, and you hit it dead center. And the arrow pierces through it and carries some strange structure out with it, causing the monster to immediately congeal and fall into some kind of quivering, undulating mass.
Technically, she was attacking the one in front of me.
Oh.
I don't mind if she attacked the one in front of you, and that's just not what she said.
I messed up.
It is thematic for her to not attack the one in front of me.
I could save my son, or I could save this sexy hunk over here. I know who I'm going for.
Oh crap! Now I'm going to shoot the one in front of my. Okay.
I'm going to shoot my
Oh,
son.
I was closing the wrong eye. All right.
Sorry, Solomon. I'm having a senior moment.
Oh, sorry. Sorry about your luck. Wait, I can use an action point reroll, right?
Sure.
We do that, right?
Oh, wait. No, that's wrong. Or, I mean, you can use an action point to just take 2 more shots rather than re-roll.
Yeah, it's better. Boom, meow.
All right. So that one is still up. The arrow thunked deep into its side.
All right. Shoot it again.
And now that one is gonzo. And you could describe how it dies.
Well, after initially thinking I was shooting at that one and hit the one in front of you and killing it, I refocus and fire 3 more times I take a big toke after that last shot because I was getting really tired. And as the smoke blows up in my face, I'm like, I hope it hits, and just fire away. And I just, as the smoke clears, the thing is down in a smoldering mess.
Excellent. All right, Alyssa.
Yep. What do you want? Oh, Jesus, help me. No, don't actually. That might be a bad idea. Shize up. Well, first things first.
Don't anger the shield.
I am bonus actioning and using my second wind ability to get back some health. 11 HP more. There we are. Okay. I have some hit points to play with. I got 15 feet of movement. Let's do it. Step. Get your sentinel attack, damn you. Oh, shit. So you get 2 sentinel attacks then. Fine. That misses.
Oh, yeah. You're at the edge there.
Yep. I saw that. That one hits. This 19 AC is really not helping me out much today.
But you entered that guy's reach here, so you have 0 movement, but you're where you want to be at least.
Yeah. Yeah. Disadvantage. Oh, actually, he hit me, correct?
This one did.
Yes. I need to double check something. Struck by when the wielder is struck by a melee attack, the wielder can use. Yeah, so I'm going to use the shield's ability to do 2d10 force damage to it as a reaction.
Okay.
When it hit me. Yes. I'm learning my abilities. Everyone, aren't you proud of me?
So what does that look like?
It goes ahead, and as the mouth comes, it hits my side, and then I bash upwards with the shield, and it just vaporizes everything in force energy, ripping it apart.
Excellent.
Disadvantage magic greatsword. Go!
Hit.
14. Yes, 10 points of damage to that guy. Is he looking good?
Yeah, he's fine. You slash into him, but the wound seems to seal over.
Disadvantage greatsword. Go, number 2.
It's a hit.
13 to hit. Oh, God. 19 damage. Then screw you, asshole.
But he's still up.
Okay, I am my turn.
All right, Solomon.
So I'm going to step this way so that the guy over here, I don't have to move too close to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to bring Heaven's Fall down on the one he just attacked.
All right. And go ahead and describe how it dies.
So I bring Heaven's Fall back. It raises a tentacle with chomping teeth. I shatter the teeth as it comes down, and the tentacle catches on fire from the fire wrapped around Heaven's Fall that snakes up the tentacle and lights up the body, and it dissolves.
Nice. All right. Anything else you want to do?
How's Ewan looking?
Just a little below half.
Okay. No, then I will end it there for now.
Ewan.
I guess I take one step forward.
And as you do, you draw an attack of opportunity from this guy below. And so you go back here
Fucking hell.
as your movement is 0. And also give me a con save. Just made it.
I I just find some rubble on the ground and fucking start chucking rocks, I guess.
Just
I
look depressed.
think this one, wasn't it this one that used to be the person wielding the sword?
Uh-huh.
So there's a sword right there that you could pick up and chuck.
Sure, yeah. Did he have a shield too?
No.
Well, that's a shame. I'd like to throw a shield as well.
Captain America.
Well, you can, as with the object interaction, you can only pick up one thing anyways.
I had two hands.
Doubt.
Uh,
All right, which one are you throwing it at?
this one.
Okay. All right, so the sword dunks into its chest and it just like peels it out and tosses it away.
Mhm.
Anything else you want to do?
No.
I would like to not be in this situation.
Almost forgot about my temporary hit points. That was just absorbed through most of that. I guess actually then instead, I will do the brace up again. So I'll use a moxie brace up. Get 12 of them this time.
Oh.
Nah, I'm done.
You and I are within range, Ewan. We have to take it for the team.
All right, they're up. This guy is
No.
moving here
Why would he do this?
and attacking Alyssa.
He wouldn't do this in real life. This is meta. It misses.
Missing.
It's the
What is this?
pheromones.
And the other one attacks Ewan. Missing.
Oh, thank God.
Lux.
Hmm.
The only thing between us and a TPK is Lux. You got this, girl. You got this. That's my bardic inspiration for Lux.
D0.
Yeah,
Can add a
he's-
D0 to any roll.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I will attack the one between in the middle there between Alyssa and Ewan.
Okay. Roll again.
Hold on. What did it vanish? Oh, hot damn.
All right. Go ahead and roll the percentile. So he's pushed back 10 feet, knocked prone, and disarmed,
And Ewan steals his lunch money.
in addition to taking double max damage, which is 22.
Since he's disarmed, does that mean all of his flesh falls off?
Not quite.
Damn.
I'm gonna put him there. And then he's prone.
So is he prone? Is he disadvantaged if I try to shoot him?
Yeah.
Yeah. The 33 stabbed you in the back, Lux.
I'm going to shoot him anyway.
The hit.
Oh,
He seems to still be squiggling.
You have to remember,
Alright.
he's very fat. He's about 5 feet off the ground from how big he is, stomach-wise.
Bonus action, I activate the ring of jumping.
Ooh.
Okay. Alyssa,
Yes.
you are up.
I don't want to be up. Yeah, about that. I got half movement, low on health. Okay, I have to take. I'm gonna go to the guy who's prone.
Okay.
Does he still get the attack of opportunity? That's not-
Does, but it's a
does.
disadvantage.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Yes. Loser. And I come up to. Oh shit. Let me. Oh, thank God. Oh shit, let me check that. So it's a normal attack now without disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. It's a 12 to hit.
Go ahead and describe how he dies.
Oh, I'm so done right now. Boom, right through his spine, killing him. Like, nope, I'm out. Let me see if there's anything I can do. I have no more movement because I was. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn here. That's all I can do.
All right. Solomon.
All right, I'm going to charge towards this last guy.
He still has an attack of opportunity.
I know.
Oh.
He misses.
All right.
And then I will attack with Heavenfall. Uh-oh.
Second thought, I don't think he will.
You know, I'm going to use an action point and just re-roll that rather than see if I confirm or not.
I think you mean the
That's
first
fair.
roll wasn't that one. The second one was
missed.
26.
It missed, but at least it's not a critical miss.
Right. You know what? I'm going to use my last action point and try to hit him.
Roll a 1.
That one hits.
There you go.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, he's still up.
Of course.
All right, Ewan.
Fucking, I'm gonna attempt to step forward. No, I guess I can't because he already attacked.
Right. So
Fuck this guy. I'm gonna haymaker. Hopefully I don't die. One,
all right, so that one hits.
2.
And that one finishes it.
Good. This one I just grab like whatever his main head is, and I just slam it into the wall a couple of times there.
My moving forward was mostly to draw that attack of opportunity.
Nice.
So, anyone up for a long rest?
Right.
I'm gonna go collect the arrows that I shot and see if I can get any back.
Because of the strange nature of these guys' bodies, you can basically, because I don't think you missed any arrows, right?
No, I missed one.
Oh, you missed 2, I think. What'd you say?
Missed one.
Okay. So you can recover all but the one you missed.
Ooh, that's nice.
Can I find my hand axe that I threw?
You hit with that, correct?
Yes, I hit with the hand axe.
Okay, so then yes, you can find it.
Yay.
Oh, how are people feeling?
I'm in pain.
And better.
Tired. It's a long walk.
I'm with you, Mother. This fight was very tiring. I had to move around quite a lot. He says with no wounds because he didn't get hit.
I'm in quite a bit of pain at the moment.
I'm gonna go do a, because I don't, it's not like I automatically know that Alyssa is poisoned. So does it look like there's anything wrong with Alyssa? Can I make a medicine check?
Yes, you can make a medicine check. Oh yeah, she's
Good.
definitely looking. Her skin is a strange color.
So let's see.
Now he has to do an insight check to see if he thinks it's the effect of the shield doing it to her.
Yeah, it's the shield. You must get rid of the shield.
Solomon, what are you doing?
Your armor class is too high.
I'd say on the scale of 1 to 67, I'm feeling about a 6 today.
Solomon, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Lesser Restoration on her.
Wait, she could be pregnant.
Oh shit! There's
Yeah.
the baby. I'd like to
That
check
would be
if my baby's
that would be
still
a
there.
really, from a world building perspective, really interesting if Lesser Restoration killed a pregnancy.
That would actually be pretty cool.
Lesser Restoration can't tell the difference between that and a parasite, and so just gets rid of it.
Question
That could be
is,
really cool. Yeah. Am I no longer poisoned, Daddy?
You are no
Question-
longer poisoned.
is
my
it the
God.
Rudderkin or the shield? That's what you got to ask yourself.
Why not both? I'm pretty beat up from that fight. How's everyone else feeling?
I'm sore.
I can attempt to close your wounds. If you want to spend hit dice, I can, without spending spell slots, let you
Yeah.
spend hit dice as an action.
I
don't
think I
have
definitely
to.
could get behind that.
I used all of mine the previous day, so I only got 2 back.
Okay, how many hit dice can we use with this again?
Well, I mean, you guys are not in combat, so theoretically, Solomon can cast as many times as you need.
Okay. Where's the button that lets me use hit die here again? Oh, there it is.
You hit dice.
Ooh, 13. And
Confirm.
23.
Confirm that hit die.
I confirmed the hit die. What's that? Do I roll a D100? You get temp HP. Okay, so that's 23. There's 35. And there is 40. Okay, 42. So I'm up to 48 out of 67 again.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm at just over 2/3 of my HP.
I'm gonna
And
look around.
I will actually cast Cure Wounds on Ewan.
I'll say one thing, those things were devastating. They cut through 67 hit points and then some. Holy
I
shit.
rolled really well with the damage for that.
Yeah.
Like everyone was above 10.
Yeah, there was a couple that weren't, but I don't think they hit.
Yeah.
My
I got hit with
19
a
AC
14 a lot.
Yeah. My 19 AC did nothing half the time, and the other times it's like I could have had a 15 AC and it would have been just the same. Like, okay.
When I'm picking up the arrows, do I find anything else? Maybe that the people who got transformed left behind, or
Well, the sword that was thrown.
Yeah, but that the Rudderkin threw it kind of away. But you can do an investigation check to see if you find anything.
oh yeah, I'm all about that.
Do you want me to do another Cure Wounds?
That'd be nice, actually.
So Lux, you find some scraps of clothing and
So-
some identification papers. So you, if you were interested, you
12.
could know who these people were before they transformed.
So are there 3 sets of ID papers?
No, some of them are mangled or destroyed, but you're able to find 2 sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll pick them up. That shouldn't hurt my encumbrance at this point. If there were 3, that might be a problem. But if there are 2, I'll be okay.
Each piece of paper counts as a book, so each one is 5 pounds.
Right,
Yep.
each one
Yep.
Big identification papers. They're very nice passports.
Multi-pass.
They're the real ID. Actually have to get mine by next month. I mean, May.
Okay. All right.
We need some potions.
These things would be so much fun to fight if you had to fight them in like a crowded theater or something. It starts with like 2 of them and then they just grow out in number exponentially.
They're not supposed to make. They're not normally supposed to make more of themselves.
Well, these aren't normal. They have Sentinel and Polearm Master.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, I do agree. Like in a really crowded area, this could very easily turn into like zombie apocalypse level.
Yeah, exactly.
Because each of them can create more. Like even when demons summon demons, they say the demons can't then summon other demons.
Right.
I could just imagine a zombie apocalypse scenario where it starts with like 2 of these things and the players have 1d4 turns to find them, or they start killing innocent civilians and growing. That'd be really fun.
Okay, so it's been about an hour since you've left High Hall. So everybody give me a Constitution save. Solomon at disadvantage.
Me as well, because I have exhaustion.
This is where I
Well,
fail.
how many levels of exhaustion do you have?
Let me look. I have 3 now.
Oh yeah, then
Yeah.
at disadvantage.
Oof.
All right.
Was that bad?
Everyone saves so far. Lux, you're good. And
You
then
don't have disadvantage.
$25 Rudderkin.
so actually, where is it? Mm-mm.
It's quite hot out today, isn't it?
Pretty sure it's just the nature of the place.
The weather begins to change rapidly. There is a thunder in the sky above you, and a massive plume of like a cloud of just darkness begins to spread over the sky. And with it, there is an intense searing heat, even hotter than what you've already been experiencing. This cloud descends upon you, and you realize that it is black ash. And it immediately snuffs out any light. You are steeped in darkness. Gale force winds begin ripping through the land, so making this area affected as if it's strong wind. You do see flashes within the cloud as lightning begins striking around you, and releasing terrifying thunder.
I like the sewer.
Glad I'm not wearing armor.
So,
Jesus, that's a good point.
Don't worry, if you get struck by lightning, at least you won't turn into a Rudderkin.
Do you
Are we
know
sure?
that? Are
This
you
is
sure
Ruttigan
you know that?
lightning.
We won't be forced to kill you.
So
so
everybody,
that big circle in the street, is that a sewer cover?
That's a
We're
big
right next to some
sewer.
buildings.
I'm gonna say sure. But before anybody does anything,
Don't do it.
everybody make me a dexterity save.
Why would you do this?
I
How
fail.
fast was this thing coming on us? Like, how, we didn't get a chance to like, hey, if that thing's moving at us, let's go
Oh,
inside.
thank God for no advantage.
I got a 13.
What's the
The
roll
0
again?
is not a natural 1.
Do I kill the thing?
Does he
Do
kill?
I kill the storm?
Can he sentinel the lightning?
Roll to confirm.
From sentineling the lightning.
Action point. Action point. Fuck!
Yeah, you're getting worse.
Lower.
You're getting worse.
All right,
Ugh.
you could have saved Ewan as well, or not Ewan, Solomon, but
Thought it was more
Solomon,
haymakers.
you are suddenly struck by lightning.
Does he notice?
I believe he does notice.
Oh,
You take 21 damage,
beg your pardon.
and oh yeah, actually you have disadvantage if you're wearing metal armor.
I did better. If
I have.
Unfortunately, Alyssa, you failed by 1. So you also
Oh,
get
boy.
struck by lightning.
Action.
I have no action points to give.
And there is total darkness. So basically this is a superheated pyroclastic cloud that has descended upon you. And so it's really important that you guys seek some kind of shelter.
Not gonna hurt my lungs.
you can get to this sewer grate and descend into the sewers, or there are some buildings around here that seem to be suitable that you could try to protect yourselves from this.
Does the sewer grate look heavy?
10 feet across,
It's
probably.
a large creature. It's a large sewer grate.
Yeah, it's gonna take 2 of you with your crowbars probably.
The crowbar.
What's the 2 people with the highest strength other than myself?
Okay, not me.
I'll offer my
Probably.
crowbar to Solomon.
Okay. I have 17.
I have a 20, but I have disadvantage. I'd kill myself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you guys do a check. Just as long as you have 2 of you with crowbars, you're able to. It might take a minute, but you're able to get it up.
For each round, you are making another deck save.
Right. And now Ewan's holding a crowbar.
Disadvantage, Ewan. Disadvantage.
No, you guys. As long as you guys seek shelter, you won't need to make another save against that.
Well, how long does it take to get in the sewer?
Unless we want to
Minute.
fight the cloud.
Right.
I don't have a bow. If I was playing an archer, I would fight the cloud.
So once you guys make it into the sewer, the air is pretty stale and disgusting. Because this has basically been a heated sewer for the last few days. But it's less, or at least it's differently suffocating compared to the superheated ash that you were breathing in above on the street.
Slowly solidifying in our lungs.
Puffing out the glass, chips in the lungs, ripping everything open. Yep. Well, that could have gone worse.
So it is pitch black in here unless you guys decide to light a torch or use a light spell.
Now,
I will cast light.
Okay.
Someone able to just see, or
What's that?
is someone able to just like see by chance?
Lux has dark vision.
Yeah, who has anybody have dark vision? Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah,
do you think
I-
Lux would tell us anything if she saw it? If we're being honest here.
Sure.
I look around.
So Lux, Solomon, are you holding off casting light while Lux looks around?
Unless somebody tells me to like wait once, I'm inside after a round of climbing down the ladder, I would cast light.
Yeah, he would know better to cast light, because who knows how long it would take me to actually say something.
How many Rotogens does he see in here? Is it like just a sewer filled with them?
So as you cast the light spell, you just see a long tunnel going in either direction. There are.
I thought it was going to be like the entrance to Moria. It's just filled with dead bodies.
Which one's going to come up from the dead and attack us? Which one isn't? Find out.
So you do see, from your vantage point, there's the occasional tunnel that goes perpendicular to the one that you're in, though many of them are too far or too dark from your vantage point to really see what's within them unless you move towards them. You do see some creatures scurrying about, and as you look, you think at first that they're rats, but as you look closer, these creatures, some of them are kind of like rats with a type of mange, but rather than having just skin exposed, it's like chitinous plates. And so it's a little unnerving. They also don't seem to care about you, so they're not scattering necessarily because you're there. They're just going along their business.
Bunch of up-armored rats, a bunch of M-rats. Well, which way would be towards the bridge again?
Joe would have never made it this far.
I can guess at the direction.
That's probably our best bet.
Or we could just wait for that storm to pass.
We don't know how long the storm's going to take. We could be trapped down here
we don't
for
really
an
help
hour.
ourselves if we rush.
We do have to deal with the heat slowly killing us as well.
Yes, still, we might as well press forward. Try to get closer to our goal.
Sure.
I move at 15 feet per movement right now.
We've all been stuck at half movement this campaign.
Doesn't matter.
We are used to walking slow.
Just hear slow ride band.
Okay.
Well, it seems as though this gem that was part of the sword is telling me which way to go.
One way or another?
And I will point in that direction and hope I'm not pointing like at the wall.
I start walking, not looking. Do I hit a wall?
It is not towards a wall. It does follow one of the directions that you can travel in naturally.
Lucky.
So
So
you
I'm
guys,
gonna have to go very shortly. If you have something you want to get to, that's fine.
yeah, no, we're just gonna finish up there.
Okay.
Time for the next con save.
Just
You do hear above you, despite the thickness of the street and the tunnels of the sewer, you can hear the thunder and the crashing of the lightning and the roar of the wind, even from this deep within the ground.
Well, at least we'll know when the storm is over.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be over before we reach the bridge, as I wouldn't want to have to run across the bridge in that. Although maybe the cover will be useful.
difficult to
Out
say.
of curiosity, how often do we have to make a deck save against lightning if we're on top, above ground?
Well,
Would I guess based on how much we're hearing the lightning up there?
with the lightning, probably once every 10 minutes, but the lightning is not necessarily the only thing you need to worry about
Yeah.
while in a pyroclastic cloud.
Yep. I was just trying to figure out if we could have enough time to run across the bridge without being struck by lightning, but I doubt it.
So what did you guys think of the first session to resume?
They are adorable. I love them. They're so cute. I
There's
want
something.
them. I want to make a zombie apocalypse with them now.
Yeah, we have different impressions of the lightning too, because Solomon got hit so hard by the lightning that he thinks that they're just throwing out 8d6 lightning bolts up there.
Fire ding, fire ding.
He took nearly max damage from that thing.
Yeah, Roll20 has been rolling real well for me tonight.
Jesus. 3
Um,
levels of exhaustion. Let's see if we can get another.
That's gonna be brutal.
If we have a fight on the bridge like the first fight we had, I think we're dead.
At least I am.
I got most of my arrows back, so
Right. That should be our goal, is just let Lux ping him with arrows from a distance for a while and let them come to her, and then we fight.
I'd probably collapse still from my disadvantages and die from luck shooting arrows.
Yeah, we just gotta like hide, and then Lux just like kites him around.
Yeah. Lux
I
does
will
have the movement.
I will
Right. She
say,
can jump. She can jump incredible distances. So you just get a distance away, I'll fire arrows, and then jump, and then they have to chase you. Repeat until done.
mhm.
But this is Roll20, so she'll just miss all of her shots.
Yeah.
Well, that's the last arrow.
I did get a fantastic idea for a character, though, if anything happens to this one today, which I love already. Oh,
I will say I'm not intending any fights between here and the Dragon Eye Dockhouse, but I mean, I'm not going to discount the possibility of random encounters based on, the various rolls and checks that you have lying ahead.
Insight check. Disadvantage anyway.
Lying like a motherfucker.
I got nat 1. He's telling the truth. He doesn't plan any fights.
You guys did better than I expected, though, because this was
Wow. Okay.
I was trying to kill you and just put this game to rest, but
Yeah, I was ready
you
to.
survived.
Really tired of this shit. I was ready to just start something else.
Well, the encounter was built for all 6 players, so considering that you guys only had 4 of you,
Again, you could just like take a few of them out.
Yeah, but then that would be violating his number one rule, which is never give up, never surrender.
Yeah.
But think of all the fun war stories your characters are putting together.
We gotta survive to have war stories.
Yeah,
I've lost 2 characters
Well,
very quickly.
I know what Mike's doing. He's like, Josh hasn't lost any characters yet, but Ewan's lost, but Tony's lost 2. I have to balance the budget here. Time to kill him.
I was surprised you gave Alyssa a saving throw. Like I feel like that is out of character for you.
Brendan is just screaming right now at all the saves I got.
Well, I think it seems like it gets tricky with the whole hit points, vitality points. So
Well, no, but even with Rudderkin, even in the normal system where you get death saving throws,
You
when
wouldn't
you
get
hit
death saves.
0 HP, no
Oh.
death saving throws,
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
transform.
It's like
okay.
disintegrate spell where you hit 0 HP and you're just a pile of ash.
okay.
yeah.
I mean,
Um,
technically, I probably should have gone ahead and changed, but then we would have lost one of the main frontliners who tanks everything, and Mike's like, we can't have that yet.
Well, I mean, at that point, you would have to come up with a different character, or Mike would have to decide that you're Rudderkin now.
Yeah.
Deal with that.
Hey, I took care of Nightbreeze. I could take care of you as a Rudderkin.
I'd like to slip inside of Nightbreeze's body as a Ruttigan and use her as my skin suit.
Yeah, I just felt like because of the weirdness with HP versus vitality, I figured that there should be some kind of middle ground, but I still wanted to make it difficult, so that's why I was like, okay, every round and whenever you take damage.
I liked it. And I mean, honestly, I think I probably should have died if we're being perfectly honest, but I'm fine with it. No, I'm fine. But yeah, that's cool.
But
God, that was... They just went ham on my ass there. Like,
yeah,
There
your
were a
AC
lot of,
does
like-
nothing.
There were a lot of 19 damage rolls that came out.
You had like 2 19 damage rolls against me, and it was like 23, 25. My 19 AC's worthless here. Just nope.
well, the thing is, like, a roll of a 19 is only one short of their max damage.
Yep.
And I was getting that multiple times.
Well, and I don't know if you beefed up. I didn't check their attack rolls. I don't know. I think they're normally like +5. So 19 is
+4.
good. +4. So
Yeah.
they're 19's a pretty good AC for them to have to hit.
Yeah, 3D.
Old 20 had it out for you.
Yeah, so the only thing I changed about them was their 15-foot hit range. I gave them was basically Sentinel, and then I increased the DC for the Wisdom, the Fright effect, from 11 to 14. Otherwise, they're as written.
Well, and they were making actual full Rudderkin
Oh yeah, that too.
rather than the Nerf version of Rudderkin.
And they also had the pole-arm mass defeat as well, because Sentinel allows them to attack only if they would normally get an attack of opportunity, while pole-arm master is what lets them attack when they enter your range.
That's right.
I do like them that way, though. That makes them much more threatening than in the base game. That's a fantastic encounter.
Well, I know I had a lot of fun running it. I hope you guys had fun playing it tonight, and I'm really looking forward to getting back on track with the regular every other week.
Oh, yeah.
So Tony, is Shay gonna continue playing, or was this just she went out tonight, or?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna try. Like I said, they got to go through the appropriate recovery period, Whatever
fair.
feels right for them. It can take a bit. It could take a minute.
Right, because they
So
just
we'll see.
Shay just quit that job, right?
Yeah.
And that sounded rough, doing like destruction type
Yeah,
stuff.
a lot of demo and shit like that.
Yikes.
It certainly wasn't easy.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So
Okay. Well, I got a really cool idea that involves her character. So I'm gonna start writing that up, but I'm hoping that she is able to come back next session. It'll be a nice little enhancement.
right. Shoot her a message.
All right, everyone. Well, thanks a lot. And I'll see you guys probably Sunday then. For some of you. Josh, are you back on Sundays yet?
No, I have doctor's appointments on Monday, which require me to be in San Francisco.
Right. Okay.
My Sundays are completely gone.
Okay. I thought that you still had that going on, but I just wanted to check.
So stupid. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
All right.
All right,
Later,
take it easy.
everyone.
Bye.